back up now.
Is
Go
that the
ahead.
case?
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
I don't see it live.
I see it live.
What's up,
Martin?
game? What's everybody doing? I don't see the stream. But, I mean, sorry. There we go. Yes. Hello. How is everyone? Doing good, doing better now that the audio is working.
Yes.
Very radical. Okay. Awesome. We got people back in. Very exciting. Okay. So yeah, we are finally playing Dune: Adventures in the Imperium after having two separate character creation streams over 2 months. We're finally playing the game, which is exciting. So we'll go. Let's do a little rules primer first of how the game works for everybody, so that we all are on the same page. This is called the 2D20 system from Modifius, and they use it in all of their games, slightly adjusted per setting, right? So like Star Trek Adventures uses this, John Carter of Mars uses this, kind of Barbarian uses it as well. Essentially, in this version of the game, and actually in all versions of the game, you'll take a skill and you'll take some other stat. In this, it's skill and drive, and you take there's 5 each in each column. You take 2 of those that go together for whatever task you want to do, add them up, get the total of those stat scores. Then you roll 2d20, and you want to roll under that number. So in Dune, there are 5 drives. This is the character sheet. There are 5 drives: duty, faith, justice, power, and truth. Those are the things that drive you to do whatever action you're taking. You would take a drive. You would tell me the drive you want to use, right? And I will tell you the skill you need to use. There's 5 skills. 5 of those. There's battle, communicate, discipline, move, and understand. So any action you're going to take, you'll take. I'll tell you what skill you're going to roll, and then you will bargain with me over what drives you to do this action. If it makes sense, we'll roll it. And you just need 1 success to ever do anything. Any additional successes you get become momentum, which is a currency that will go into a pool for all of you to use, capped out at 6. Momentum lets you do some interesting things. For instance, you can buy additional dice, right? So if, for instance, something takes more than 1 success to beat, like if it's something harder and it needs like 2 or 3 successes, you could buy additional dice using a point of momentum. The first dice costs 1 momentum. The second one costs 2 momentum. So to get 2 additional dice, you need to spend 3 momentum. Okay. You can also create a trait, essentially telling me this is actually the case. Like you can alter a scene by spending a point of, or you spend 2 momentum points. You can create a trait. You can be like, actually, it's smoky, so they would have a harder check to try and hit us with guns, right? You would basically alter the battlefield that way. It'd have to make sense, obviously, narratively. You don't have like full power over that, but that is one thing. So those are some of the like standard uses of momentum. You can also there's a currency that I get called threat. A lot of your actions, you would give me threat. Like if you don't have momentum, you can use that. Like you can give me essentially 2. You can buy a dice by giving me 2 threat. If you don't have momentum to buy a dice with, right? So that's essentially the core mechanic there of the entire game. Skills plus drive, you need to get successes. Good successes gain you momentum, which help you, fuel more success down the road. If you don't have momentum, you can give me threat. Things I can do with threat are like buy myself additional d20s for rolls, ignore complications on rolls, or no, those are things you can do with threat. Buy additional d20s, like I said. Ignore complications that may go your way. Um, uh, or for instance, with threat, I can myself buy d20, increase difficulty of things, buy off complications in the same way you do for the NPCs. And yeah, so that's essentially the deal. Determination is the last sort of thing. Each of you will start with one determination for the game. Essentially, determination lets you basically you buy up a critical success, and you get basically 2 successes on critical success. You can make a declaration, change traits, that kind of thing. It's a little more powerful because it's a scarcer resource. And the way that you would get determination is either going against your drive statement that you've written down. Each drive has a statement that is kind of like unshakable as to like how you see that duty. If you go against it, you can gain determination points. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, there's a a pretty simple mechanic and a pretty a lot of ways that you can use it. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing, and I think it'll probably be best to just get going. So let's introduce our players. If you watched our previous stream, created our noble house in the setting of Dune. I won't go over again for the third time the specifics of Dune, other than to say that it is the year 10,091. Humanity has spread across the stars. In fact, there's a good intro that I can read. I'll go ahead and read this. Welcome to the last years of the Imperium, an era tens of thousands of years into the future. In this time, the known universe is ruled by the Emperor and the Great Houses. It is a feudal place where noble families rule whole planets in the service of the Emperor, but politic ruthlessly in the shadows for power and control. Many, many years ago, humanity was enslaved by its own creation, thinking machines. After a long war for freedom called the Butlerian Jihad, humanity vowed never again to create thinking machines. Unfortunately, humans had become so reliant on them that it became difficult vow to keep. So several great schools were created to teach humankind the skills they lacked and realize their true potential. One such school developed mentats, human beings trained to think, analyze, and remember even more efficiently and quickly than any computer. Another renowned school is the Sisterhood of the Bene Gesserit, who have learned such control over their body and mind that some people consider them witches. The third great school, the Spacing Guild, controls fold space technology, the only known means of safely crossing vast interstellar distances and moments without a need for navigational computers to calculate a safe route. Despite the wealth and incredible technology available to the Great Houses, there is only one thing in the universe that really matters: the spice melange. This mysterious substance prolongs life, grants powerful prescient visions, and confers incredible power to many adepts of the great schools. It is also the key to galactic scale space travel, as guild navigators require vast amounts of spice to produce the prescient visions required to pilot fold space vessels across the galaxy and envision safe pathways throughout space. Unfortunately, spice is only found on a single planet, and countless attempts to duplicate it have failed. The planet in question is called Arrakis, and it is one of the most inhospitable worlds in the whole Imperium. No drop of rain has ever fallen on Arrakis, and the entire world is one vast desert full of deadly sandworms and giant storms that can swallow buildings whole. The desert-dwelling Fremen of Arrakis know it by another name. They call it Dune. So, in our last stream, we created your noble house, a house minor from the planet Rachis, tongue-in-cheekly named enough, House Didibi, for Dice Baby. And we spoke about you all having basically a domain in religion, specifically that you have a clergy who are secretly expert assassins, um, and that is sort of your uh, path to power. You're ruled by the Pontifex Kenneth the DB, who is essentially your space pope, um, and you all are directly opposed to another minor house, House Reason, Wreson, um, who essentially seems to be opposed to your clergymen and your sort of religion. Um, so that is where we start. Let's go around and introduce our characters. We'll just go on the stream. We'll start with Pete. Tell us about your boy.
So my character is named Agreetham. He is a mentat rather. Uh, he is a the advisor's foreign diplomacy informant. Um, and his ambition is to spread knowledge. He's very good at seeking the truth and spreading such truth. Um, he is very good at getting information, whether that's typical asking and persuasion or just straight up spying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Next, we have Chris. Tell us about your boy.
So, Dr. John is a Sook doctor.
Yes.
People see him as trusted and loyal to their cause, the DB cause. His ambition is to enlighten the less fortunate. Medical knowledge is power, and he wants to spread that no matter the cost. Yeah, and
Cool.
he's Dr. Badass.
Dr. Badass. All right, Megan, tell us about Susan.
So my character is Susan Colorado, who is a human strategist. She's the chief tactician for House to DB. Her main ambition is to gain influence and power and to spread House to DB far and wide across the universe.
Susan Colorado also. Kind of points on it. A Duncan, Idaho joke.
Yes, the
Very
best
good.
name, best character ever, Duncan, Idaho.
Absolutely. In the 2021 movie, famously Jason Momoa in the 1984 movie, famously the kind of fatter white dude that was the Secretary of State in Hunt for Red October. That's a
Gonna look that up.
Duncan, Idaho really came up in the new movie.
Glow up like no other.
So, have we decided which house you guys are aligned with, Atreides or Harkonnen?
I say the boys get to pick.
From what I understand, it's Harkonnen. If I'm getting the vibe right.
I agree with that. Yeah, we're Harkonnen boys.
I love it. All right, so you guys are from the planet Rachis, which is a very beautiful sun-baked world, tropical, and you have long been House de DB's long been bannermen of the brutes of House Harkonnen, who reign from the planet Gedi Prime, but who are also the stewards of Arrakis or Dune. They have owned it for 3 generations now and are very brutal caretakers to the desert planet. In the past weeks and months, the news that the Emperor has given Arrakis over to the Atreides has filtered through the Landsraad, which is the group of the great houses. The news has filtered through the land thread, and you know that House Harkonnen's reign on Arrakis is coming swiftly to an end. As bannermen to House Harkonnen, over the past 3 generations, you have been House Adibi has been granted a license to mine out or to harvest spice from Arrakis on a fairly non-fertile part of the planet. The Harkonnens you may be sworn to House Harkonnen in some kind of way, but they're not generous. And they've given you a slice of the pie, but particularly probably a smaller one. As far as the Pontifex, the leader of House Dedibi, is concerned, what House Dedibi gets from Arrakis is minuscule compared to its other domains of influence, specifically your clergy assassins. But nonetheless, spice is the most valuable resource in the known galaxy. And even a small piece of pie is worth it as long as it's the right pie. Am I right?
Pecan pie? Just kidding.
Pecan pie, pumpkin pie, which I will say, very spicy.
Don't forget, we gotta put pumpkin spice on everything.
Very good. You gotta get pumpkin
Indeed.
spice. So, you all in macro view in this game, players are not level 1 scrubs. You guys are you're not on top of the dog pile. Like, you guys have bosses within the house, but you are supremely capable, potentially second in line for whoever your job is within the house. So you're not scrubs. And as such, the Pontifex and your specific leaders have assigned you the not so brilliant task of going to Arrakis and sort of influencing residents of the planet potentially to resist against the coming Atreides occupation. You each are brought onto the House Dedibi frigate. You are flown out to orbit over Rachis, your planet, and a Spacing Guild Highliner, a giant cylindrical craft, hovers in the darkness of space, and your ship is swallowed whole by it, and you are ferried to the planet Arrakis on your mission. You arrive very quickly. Fold space travel is near instantaneous. Under an hour later, you're halfway across the galaxy, and the Highliner drops out of space. Star Wars style, pan down onto a golden orb of a planet floating in space. And as your frigate detaches from the Highliner and breaks into atmosphere, you can see a brilliant blue sky and a yellow and red expansive desert as far as you can see. Chris, if you go ahead and put up the map that I sent you on the stream. Oh, and put the threat count to 6 because I start with 2 threat per player.
Let me actually. I'm gonna
Oh.
make that a little bit smaller.
You all will see in a moment. But all of the settlements on Arrakis are arrayed around the northern pole. Um, everything else is really like if the North Pole is this hot and terrible, everything else is way. So that is where you all come off. The Highliner is suspended in orbit above the North Pole, and you are ferried down towards the surface.
I have to re-snag it. Sorry. There we go.
No.
The map already exists. Yes.
You all are on coming towards the planet Dune, and you come towards the capital of the planet, a city called Arakim, which on the map you can see is my bad. Where is it located? Arakim is in the like northeast portion, inside the second circle on the map. So it's not quite on the North Pole, but it is pretty close. You can see that Arakim is a large city, mostly concrete structures and very like weatherproof. As your frigate comes lower over the city, you see sort of like windswept streets. You see sand, vortices swirling everywhere you look. There's a large residence up on a like very visible from the rest of the city, and you can see that there's a giant Harkonnen banner there, and it is, as you look, struck down, and a green, emerald green Atreides banner is rolled down in its place. Underlining the quickness that you potentially need to undertake your mission. I think maybe now is maybe a good time to introduce the group to each other. Do you think that you know each other, or are you meeting for the first time? How do you know each other?
I think it would make sense that we all at least know of each other, even if we're not drinking buddies.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
agree.
I feel like
It's a house minor, right? And the fact that you're high up in it means that you're probably in the same briefings a lot of the time. Do you think that you've worked together before?
I feel like my character definitely like knows a decent bit about all of the higher ups in the house, just since he's kind of an informant and human computer.
Gotcha. And I think, in fact, that Algorithm's boss is probably who gives you your mission. You have a hollow recorder that you were given by Lipitar Ambez, the Mentat of House Tadibi, which has your mission on it. And you were told, obviously, the broad strokes, but you weren't told the specifics. And I think now would probably be the time that you would pull that out and show it to your compatriots. Do you do so?
Yeah.
Awesome. You essentially see a recording of Lipitar. He's a mentat like you. Older man, dark skin, very long dreadlocks coming up down to about halfway down his back, and sort of noble regalia that most people higher up in your house are wont to wear. And as the recording starts, it has the signature sort of low hiss under it of holographic recordings. And you hear Lipitar state, "Agents of House to DB, welcome to Arrakis. by the time you look into this recording, you should be well on your way. The tides have turned for House Harkonnen, and so for House Dedibi. The spice operations they granted us 3 generations past are meager but proud. Your mission is to, under the guise of surveying your harvest, make contact with local spice smugglers beyond the shield wall and potentially turn them to the Harkonnen cause, if at all possible. You are willing to do any. Your methods are whatever deniable ops you are able to handle, and you have full jurisdictional oversight over this mission. He pauses for a moment and then turns from the recorder, looks as if he's about to turn it off. Then he turns back and he says, "Good luck." And the recording stops. He goes dead. Your mission, obviously, to fly over the shield wall and make contact with a group of smugglers who has been harassing your organization in an attempt to turn them to your cause and potentially go against the new Atreides regime here on Arrakis. You all have any thought as to how you would locate this smuggler group? Do you have any assets potentially, or ideas of how you would find the information on where they were located?
So I have an ornithopter. So at least for travel, my thought would be that we could maybe look in higher range if we go far. We look for other bases or towns or whatever that are not waving the Atreides banner.
Very good. Okay, yeah, I like that.
I also have a troop of specialists.
Okay, yeah.
We could use to sort of go and search as well.
Awesome. So yeah, they traveled with you from Reach East. Very good. Does Algorithm have anything to contribute to the search?
He doesn't have much. He might have some knowledge just from circles of foreign diplomacy that he's gone on, but he doesn't have any assets for this.
Okay. I think let's make the first roll of the game actually on that.
Okay.
You guys have we're shifting the scene. You guys are now in Arakeen on the street. You are getting your resources together to go on your mission beyond the shield wall, which is you can see stretching up on the horizon away from Arakeen, a giant rocky outcropping, like a natural formation that breaks storm winds. Serves the purpose of breaking storm winds so that the worst of the desert storms do not get to the city itself. First roll, I would like you to give me an understand roll, Algorithm. And you can tell me what is driving you on your mission. And you can use that drive, whichever one you would like.
Yeah, this drive is definitely a faith-based one. These smugglers are defying my faith, so they should be punished or swayed otherwise.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So what is your understand rank and what is your faith rank?
Understand is 8, faith is 6.
Okay, so that is 14 total. So you're going to take 2d20, and this is going to be your first attempt to gain momentum points because this is a 0 check. you are not scrubs, right? Like you have a mission. You're here. You're very capable. You're a mentat. You know how to find this information, so you will. It's only down to how much you succeed. So any successes you get on this roll will go right to your momentum pool. So you're going to take 2d20. You're going to roll both of them. You're going to try and get under 14.
Mhm.
That's it. Yeah. You're going to try and get under 14.
Quick question: would this be considered deductive reasoning? Because if so, I have a focus in that.
Yes.
Okay, great.
So what is your understand skill?
8.
So any roll under an 8 will count as a critical success.
Okay, great. I got exactly a 14 and exactly an 8.
Very good.
So that's
I'm going to say
interesting.
it needed to be under an 8 to get the critical success and not just hitting
Okay.
an 8. So those are 2 successes. So you guys can add 2 to the momentum pool, and you can see on those little cheat sheets what you can use momentum to do. So yeah, what do you find? You can tell me what you find about their location, or at least about like the organization of the group.
Okay. The organization is this small town that has been smuggling and flying under several different banners over the years, just kind of staying under the radar as much as they can. It's not a very big group, but it's well known enough that everybody who's had domain over Arrakis has known about this smuggler group at one point.
Very good. You find out that they're a smuggling organization called the Gira, and that they operate out of a little village, like you said. But they range a little bit from the village, and their reputation is not particularly aligned with the Harkonnen, but not potentially aligned with any great house. The Harkonnen have had a very sort of brutal iron fist approach when it comes to Arrakis. Smugglers are treated a little better than the Fremen, but not by much. The Fremen being the natives of Arrakis. They haven't come up with but they are very important. So yeah, great job. So yeah, momentum pull goes to 2, and it looks like it has. So yeah, awesome. Very good. You guys get your ornithopter. You get another ornithopter for Megan's group as well. And you all fly off to adventure. You guys mount up. Your elite group swings off to the south in their own ornithopter. You 3 go north. Or I'm sorry, you go east out of the shield wall, and they go west. My apologies. We are in the North Pole, which is strange. Anyway, doesn't matter. So
these smugglers are dressed as elves, and they've got little Christmas themed bells and shit.
Oh no.
The worms up here wear Santa hats.
Yes. Okay. You guys mount up and you head towards the shield wall. The sun glares off the ornithopter windshield as you crest over the immense stone wall that surrounds the city of Arakeen. Before you stretches an ocean of sand, a vast desert that covers the entire planet of Arrakis. While the cockpit is air-conditioned, you can see the shimmer of heat haze rising from the waves of the dunes ahead of you, stretching beyond the horizon. You have set off today. That's honestly, past this. So yeah, that is essentially what your deal is. Who do you think's piloting the ornithopter?
If not me, could we have a person? Could we have a pilot?
No.
Okay, then me.
There's not. It's a smaller ornithopter. There's 2 passenger seats, and there's room for a pilot and a co-pilot. So you guys can fit in, but probably no. I mean, you could fit one more person in. And in fact, if you would like to have one of your elite troopers with you, they can be there as well. But I'm not going to let them fly. That's just fly the
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take an elite trooper.
and I'll
Right.
fly.
Okay, cool. Cool. So give me a this is another difficulty 0 move test. You can tell me what drive you want to apply to it, and bargain with me as to why that's the good drive. You are piloting into danger potentially. The desert's very dangerous.
So I'm gonna use duty for that,
Okay.
and so
Go ahead.
my statement is if I can heal, I will. So if we're flying into danger, my thought is that there are probably people that are harmed. More specifically, our people.
Yeah, the drive statements only really come into play if you're going to go against them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So like if they're directly antithetical, like for instance, where yours is about healing, your duty is to heal. If you're going to use duty as a drive for violence, for instance, that is a moment where that will come into effect, and there's a whole sequence of events that comes with breaking a drive statement. So you don't need to worry about that. You can absolutely use duty, but you only need to worry about using duty in a way that like harms people instead of heals.
All right. Well, then I'll use truth because we're trying to figure out some facts about.
I'm saying you can still use duty, right? This isn't hurting anyone. You flying the ornithopter, right? I'm just like making sure that you guys understand how it works.
Well,
yeah, you can use truth for
my truth is 8, so instead of 7.
Okay. So what is your move skill and what's your truth?
I don't have a move skill. Oh, I'm sorry. The number is 4.
Number's 4. Okay, and then your and then 8 for truth. Okay, so it's 12. So roll 2d20. Roll under 12. If any of them's under, well, actually, never mind.
So I got a 2 and a 7. So 9.
Radical. 2 successes. So yeah, add 2 more momentums into your pool as you glide across the desert. You are a solid pilot. Obviously, you have your own personal ornithopter. You've practiced a lot on the home world, but it's a little different flying on Arrakis, and you've risen to the challenge. There's a lot of difficult air currents here, and that is a solid move. You glide out over the desert, flying low. The 3 of you and one of Megan's troopers.
I'd say Susan doesn't love flying, and so she's gonna try to keep her stoic face about her, but she's gonna be a little bit motion sick.
I love that. She's just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, I want this to be done.
Cool. Give me. You guys are now going to look for the smuggler base. You know that they range beyond their village, and part of what you heard, algorithm, was that they tend to set bases like the Fremen do in sort of like rocky outcroppings and that kind of thing. So that's essentially what you're looking for. Everybody give me a discipline test, and then we're going to do you can tell me what drive you each use. And the mechanical benefit, Megan, for you using your asset is I'm going to give you a +1. So this is a difficulty 2 discipline test. You're going to get to roll 3 dice, just as because you used your asset effectively. Okay. Everybody else roll 2 dice, discipline, and then tell me what drive you're going to.
For what is the?
You're spotting. You're trying to spot.
Oh, okay.
So we're using 3. You said 3 dice.
Just Megan's using 3. You're using 2, and Pete's using 2.
Even though it's my ornithopter.
Yeah, well, Megan used her asset of another search party to kind of like narrow down the quadrant that you're searching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I would use power then. So use discipline and power. Sort of like this is my troop, and I'm using my sway to kind of get more
Go ahead. Okay, I like that a lot. I think that works. So
I
go
can
ahead and
also
roll.
do duty, which I think makes sense. Okay, so that's going to be 5 plus 8, which is
13.
13. Okay. I got a 20. That's not good. Oh, I got a 1 and I got a 6.
Okay, so yeah, the 1's going to count for 2 successes, so that gets you guys in. You're all good. You guys don't need to roll. The 6 is also a success. So 2 go into the momentum pool. You guys succeed. The 20 though is going to give you a complication,
Oh no.
and I think that the complication is air sickness.
Susan's like, oh, and
Susan's
starts.
not doing good. Susan is sick. So that's going to be a detriment, obviously, to you. That's going to basically make your rolls a little harder going forward. Before I think your next roll is gonna be uh, complicated.
Maybe she like starts gagging, and so then it makes the other two like, oh god, like
Oh, Jesus.
like the chain reaction.
Okay. So yeah, you guys fly low over the desert, and out the side window, Susan beats past her air sickness and notices a small camp. There's a giant rocky outcropping. Chris, if you can put up the picture with like the billowing smoke.
Hey
That's not
guys, I
necessarily
see a
right
small
now.
camp next to that giant rocky outcrop.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. You see a group of like well hidden tents up on a little plateau of rock, and then there's like a pretty tall rock spire jutting up. And at the base of the spire, you see a like cave mouth. There is a lot of there's a lot of these tents. It's kind of like a rat nest of tents. So there's not space to land on the rock. You'd have to land on the sand near it. But you think that this is the camp of smugglers that you're looking for. How would you guys like to approach?
Stealthily.
I agree. Potentially.
Could we maybe spend some momentum to create like a light dust storm that shields us as we are flying over or something?
Yeah. Let's see how that works. Give me a second.
I don't know if someone has
No,
another
that's
idea.
potentially something you could do. Let's see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, create.
Or what if we changed the landscape so that there was a safe place to land instead? So that way I'm
Ooh.
afraid of losing your ornithopter.
I think that that's going to be a little beyond what the momentum can do. Trait though, I think you could use 2 momentum points to give a like hazy trait to it to kind of like provide a little bit of cover if you're going to do that. But like basically kind of like it's windy today. It's not quite a sandstorm, but there's like a lot of like sand and dust in it.
Yeah, I think we should do that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool, yeah. So take the momentum pull down by 2. And that is what's up. Give me a move check to land the ornithopter. Doctor.
Okay, so just one.
Yes. Move. Tell me what drive you want to use. It's difficulty of. I'm not going to tell you what the difficulty is.
So my move is 4, and I'll say duty this time because it's
okay.
Job to land here. So
keep in mind. First, give me an understand roll. Actually,
okay.
We're gonna see what you know. Understand roll. Duty, I think still works if you want to use it.
Okay, so just 1 die.
Yes. No, 2d20. It's always 2d20 at least.
No matter what. Okay. Okay. So I got a 19 on one on the other.
Okay. One critical success, which means 2 success. So you can move the momentum, pull up 1.
Okay.
Here's what you know, and you can choose to tell this to the rest of the party or not. The fact that you can't land on rock is a problem. You need to touch down real soft, and if you're so lucky, you won't alert a worm to your presence.
Right. Okay.
You know that if you fuck up this landing roll on the move roll that you're about to do, that it could be real bad. And I'm not telling you the difficulty you need to reach.
Right.
So
We get swallowed by a worm, thus ends the story of
this is the
Susan
story.
Colorado, an algorithm, and Dr. John.
This has been just my whole bit. We've done 6 total hours of streaming so far, with 2 more additional coming up. And the whole joke was I was going to make you land and immediately get eaten by a worm, and then I was going to go. And then you
I'm into it.
So yeah, that's what you know on that understand roll. Your landing needs to be fucking perfect.
Right. And they don't need to know this. I don't think they need to know. So
As I say, we might be able to use my troop to, if a worm, but whatever, I don't know.
Or my skill of stealth.
but my move
Susan
is
has
so
her head
bad.
like between her knees and is like, oh god.
Oh Jesus Christ! Your your trooper beside you. What's his name? Tell me his name.
Oh Jesus. Derek.
Fucking Private Derek.
Private Derek.
Hey, this Colorado's not doing too good,
Derek.
Doc.
Derek. Shh. And then she's just like puts her head back down.
The probability
really
of Miss Colorado puking is about 3 to 1, most likely to happen.
Yeah, give me that move roll, Chris. And if you want to spend momentum to get extra dice, you can. Again, I'm not telling you.
I think you should do that.
That's exactly what I'm gonna
do. Do it.
So if you want to buy 1 dice, that's 1 momentum. If you want to buy 2 dice, that's 3 momentum, because you need to spend 1 and then 2 for the second.
2. Okay. No,
Spend the
I only
momentum.
wanted to buy the 1. So I got 17. So I'm sorry. So these numbers, am I taking them away from anything? So it's my move and my duty, right?
Move and your duty, you add them together. That's going to be your target number. You got to roll under it. Every one that rolls under that is a success. Every one is a critical success. You get 2 successes.
Gotcha. Cool. So I have a 17, a 10, and a 5. So 2 successes.
What was your target number?
11.
Okay, cool. Okay, so 17, 2, and 5, 2 successes.
I'm sorry, 10,
cool.
10 and 5. 10 and 5. But
10 and 5. But under 11, cool. You got 2 successes. Yeah, you come down. You kiss the sand. You come in under this cover of dust and sand that you've created with the trait that you purchased. You land as delicately as you possibly can, and you are like pucker butthole, just like, oh fuck. You land. Everyone's like, oh, okay, great. Derek is like, it was a pretty good landing, Doc. I'm impressed. And you're just like,
thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
Can I do some sort of like perceptive knowledge thing to know whether or not that's a good landing or not?
Yeah, I'm never gonna make you roll. It's a good landing.
Okay, cool.
Is it good enough? Only time will tell.
Well, sort of wishing I had a thumper in my assets.
Yeah. So you guys completely came in stealthily. You've landed kind of far away from the outcropping, so you'll need to go across the sand to get there. Doc, okay, let me ask you this, Susan, and be very, very. Do you know about Arrakis?
As a chief tactician, I would say Susan knows about Arrakis.
All 3 of you, because the Doc is previously rolled and canonically has known about sandworms. Algorithm is a mentat, and Susan's a tactician. So all three of you roll an understand check for me. Whichever duty you want, or whichever drive you want to use, and tell me if you succeed.
In regards to what?
Just give me the understand roll. This is going to be knowledge about Arrakis.
Oh, okay.
Before you leave the ornithopter.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine's gonna be understand and then duty because it was like my job to know this mission and to like come here and do this.
Mine would be
Is it-
truth for knowledge to know about everything.
Okay.
But I got 2 19s, so
Ooh. No, okay, so you don't know what we're about to.
Does this count as deductive reasoning?
I would say no because you're
Okay.
not like you're not like gaining clues from your surroundings.
Right. It's just a straight up knowledge check. Okay, gotcha.
Would it be?
I'm using understand and truth, which are both 8s for me, and I got 1 success, 1 failure.
Okay, cool.
I got 2 successes, but would this count as like strategy?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then just the 2 successes.
So Susan gets you a momentum back in the pool. The two of you that passed know that when you're walking on the sand on Arrakis, rhythmic motion summons the worms. So you two know that you need to like break up the rhythm of your gait.
We gotta do the worm shuffle or whatever they call
Yeah.
it.
Can I like? Are we walking and Dr. John's not doing it?
Gotta do the do the electric slide across the desert.
Yeah. Susan's just like 1 foot limping all the way across.
It's electric. Cool. Do you guys tell Doc, John?
Yes, and Derek, just in case he doesn't know.
Derek's like, oh, thanks. So grateful.
Derek, why are you in my group of people? You should be better than this.
Honestly, standards going way down.
I gotta tell you, the DB.
How's the DB ain't what it used to be, am I right? Cool. You guys approach stealthily to the smuggler base.
Susan puts her arms into her sand shuffle, even though it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Very good. Cool.
So I have a quick question about focuses. So the actual focuses, like the descriptor, so like deductive reasoning, virology, or whatever, what does that do for our focus?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I was reading the intro.
So for our focuses, so for example, I have deductive reasoning and virology.
Yeah.
What does that give us any bonuses to anything, or is it
On
just
your
flavored?
Yeah. So on your focus, if you're rolling, let's use deductive reasoning because we've already used that in this game because Pete did one, was deductive reasoning.
Right.
If you make an understand check and use deductive reasoning, any roll you get that's under your skill number counts as a critical success.
Okay.
Instead of it having to be a 1, for instance, if your understand is like an 8, anything you roll under an 8, it's 2 successes.
Gotcha.
When
Okay.
normally, if you weren't using your focus, you would have to get a 1 to get that same result.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
So that is how that works. Radical. You guys approach the smuggler base. And are you approaching sort of stealthily, or are you, like, obviously you're doing the sand shuffle, but are you trying to, like, infiltrate, or are you trying to, like, win hearts and minds?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that was my question.
I was gonna say we're gonna probably just infiltrate and like just stealthily do it.
Gotcha. I will say though, the mission is potentially to try and make friends with smugglers, to help House Harkonnen against the Atreides.
If we secretly murder and assassinate all of them, doesn't that achieve the same goal?
It doesn't get you friends.
I'm just
But
kidding.
it doesn't. It gets rid of enemies.
Let's murder Hobo Dune. Come on.
Right, here's the thing you gotta understand. Either these smugglers help you, or they help the Atreides. If they can't help the Atreides, if they're dead, maybe that's how you want to handle it. But I need to know how you're approaching it. you're approaching.
So I want to use one of our momentum points, and maybe I don't have to, but do we see any sort of signifying marker? So like, do we see any flags of Atreides or symbols that we might know?
I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to use a momentum. I think give me a because double-edged sword. You made it a little hazy out. You're gonna actually have to roll for it instead of just checking it out. Give me a understand check. And in fact, I'm gonna give you the drive this time, and it's gonna be duty.
Okay.
Because it's specifically you're looking for like insignia and that kind of stuff.
Okay. So I have to beat 15. I got 13 and 1 again.
Radical. Yeah. So 3 successes, you can add 2 momentum to the pool. You don't see any. Insignia anywhere. It seems like smugglers are not Han Solo on Dune. Smugglers are really ubiquitous because spice is the most important commodity in the galaxy. So like everybody's trying to get a taste, right? Like smugglers are just a fact of the matter. So it's a pretty well established operation. It's well hidden. Clearly, from what Pete discovered, they've been doing smash and grabs, hit and runs for years, that kind of thing. People know the Gira, know this group of smugglers, but they don't have any of their. They don't have like iconography or anything like that. And specifically, your question was, do they have Atreides banners up? They don't have Harkonnen up either.
Okay.
But that's not surprising. The latter, that they don't have Harkonnen.
Right.
Okay, one of my assets is blackmail, because that sounded fun. Is that something that, like, we can force them to be friends with us?
Yes, but you got to tell me what the blackmail is.
Okay,
And that'll just inform the whole scenario. What do you got?
Nudie pics of my Baron uncle.
Led by a man named, like, Jim Gira.
Jim Gira.
He's the lead. We'll call him Jem. Jem. Jem Gira.
Jim Gira.
He is the leader of the Gira smugglers. What do you have on Jem?
Oh, I have to think about it. I don't know.
I don't think that changes how you approach the bit. Maybe it does.
I would say my thought wouldn't be blackmail right out the gate. My thought would be blackmail if we can't be friendly.
So think about what you got on him. I guess in that case, if you're trying to talk, you just want to approach visibly, but like at giving them a false sense of security, you didn't land too close. You know what I mean?
What if we
you kind of
split
just walk
up?
out. You can do that too if you want.
Oh no, we could split up.
Since my guy's like a stealth assassin spy guy, like could split up, but also we could stay as a group.
Could we have like the 3 of us, not algorithm, but could we have Derek, Dr. John, and Susan kind of approach up front, and then have algorithm sort of like in the wings?
Yeah, for sure. And splitting the party up is not like it is in D&D. You guys can go wherever. That's fine. We'll get algorithm in space first. So give me a stealth check. That's going to be move.
Yep.
Based.
I also have the stealth focus.
Right. Cool.
And I think algorithm is very skeptical of these smugglers, so he's trying to seek the truth out of whatever's going on here.
I like that a lot. That's perfect.
So move truth.
What's that total?
That total is 14 because it's 6 and 8. And I rolled a 1 and a 16.
Oh man, you guys are rolling ones like crazy. Okay.
So what happens if you roll a 1 when your focus is also involved?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you get one to the momentum pool. Very good. Where do you go? There's like a rat nest of tents around. Like I said, there's a little rocky plateau coming up a little bit out of the sand line. There's a cave mouth and there's like a spire of rock jutting up into the sky. Over top.
I think I'm like in the shadows of like kind of going in between like the tents and stuff, and then like heading kind of towards the cave, kind of like behind the group, but not like too far behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You guys approach directly, and are you going to end up like crouched in between tents and stuff, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so.
View of the action. Cool. So you guys walk up first, and following very closely behind you is Algorithm.
Oh,
The smugglers, you sandwalk as best as you can, and the smugglers kept sight of you. Probably like the sentries were not doing their fucking jobs. Like you are very fucking close by the time they catch you. You're probably 30 feet away. They scramble to arm themselves, and then kind of shout across the sand at you, and they go, "Oi! What are you doing here? Who are you? What do you want?"
Oh, me? I need to do this?
Or me.
Absolutely, yes.
Hail and well met.
Hail, adventurers!
Maybe I look at Dr. John and I'm like, do we want to talk to their leader? Like, is that what we're doing here?
Yes. Yeah,
But wait,
I think so.
Okay. We want to talk to your leader. We want to become friends.
why? Who are you?
We are
I
from
will say
House.
to you guys have still suits on that you were getting, like you basically have like a desert survival kit that you've left in the. You guys are out. All of you are in still suits, and you have the crest of House DB on your chest, unless you thought to remove them, which I would say you would have had the chance to do because I neglected to tell you you had these.
I feel like we would be open about it being from House to DB, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is your crest, by the way? We never decided what it was.
I thought we made it the Scientology logo, but with a D.
Oh, we did. It is the Scientology logo. I totally forgot. Jesus Christ.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
And
awesome.
we are all suppressive persons from this because
so
of that.
suppressive. You guys fucking suppressive. Cool. And I've really got horrible sinuses. Cool. We want to talk to the leader very clearly. It's like, what's a minor house want with our leader?
So maybe we'll say something like, we can have an advantageous relationship for this spice around here, and we also come bringing medical aid. Looking at Dr. John, right?
And Dr. John does kind of a. Hey.
And I'll be like, because you guys are restricted, and we're friendly.
You see they kind of wave you onto the plateau, like into the camp. This is the point where Algorithm kind of blends in the shadows, comes and camps out of sight in the tent line. Algorithm around you, you can hear sort of like smugglers like getting out of their still tents and like getting ready.
Can I also be searching for traps or anything like that?
Yeah, you don't see anything like that. Like obviously
Okay.
they're armed. Like they would be stupid to not be armed out in the desert, but like this isn't a permanent settlement. They weren't setting traps or anything to like keep out intruders. This is like a work camp.
Cool.
So you're not finding anything like that. You count like 6 to 8 of these guys, not like including the sentries. And then you all see a giant, like, brick shit house of a man kind of come out of the cave, like, lower the rifles of the sentries and walk out to parley with you. He goes, "Hello, my name's Jim. Who are you?"
I'm Dr. John. this is my associate, Susan, Colorado. And we
And
have
that's-
Derek here as well.
And that's Derek, yeah.
Oh, Derek says hello. What's House DB now? What's House DB want? The humble servants of Arrakis.
we want to take back what is ours. And
Why would I do that?
we need some help.
Uh-huh. Let me ask you a question. We are, somewhat cut off out here in the desert. Is House the DB still lapdogs of the brutes Harkonnen?
Well,
Currently,
Uh-huh.
yes. We have our I mean, as far as Susan goes, she has her own ideas about raising House to DB eventually, but
Super enterprising. Let me tell you one story, though. Seems that I remember that Granddaddy Harkonnen killed my granddaddy some 30, 40 years back. Now, I got no love lost for the great houses, I'll tell you that much. Seems to me, trading one master for another. The Atreides have a good reputation, but then again, everybody's lesser than the noble houses, am I right?
what if my blackmail is that I have info on this guy, like, purposely sabotaging House Atreides?
Oh, so you have information that says he's like playing both sides anyway. Like no
Yep.
matter what his fucking big talk is, he's already
Yep.
playing.
Again, I don't want to pull that out, but that's the first time I think I've thought of something that could be viable.
I like
I like
that.
So basically, you can be like, you're already double agenting the Harkonnens against the Atreides anyway, and opposite, and you have information that could blow up his fucking spot. And so it's time to pick a fucking side, basically, is what you're.
Yep. And that if he picks the Atreides, I'll blow up his spot.
Very good. Yeah, I like that. Again, you haven't pulled that out yet.
I haven't pulled that out yet. We're not that aggressive.
Yeah.
Good old Susan,
Yes.
Colorado.
He goes, at the end of the day, me and mine, we are just entrepreneurs. So we gotta make the right case. I need me some Solaris. Okay.
Solari's money, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Dr. John actually says that.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those money.
So
I haven't
Solari's
put money
our
in.
money, right?
Dr. John is like a nun, basically, or like a, what is it called? A friar. So he's just like living with no sense of money and wealth. Great.
He's the best damn doctor you'll ever see. He has no need for wealth.
Amen.
Yeah. You all kind of look back and forth to each other. I think that maybe Susan's hand sort of like you're a little rubbed the wrong way by this guy, and you are like so close to reaching for your blackmail.
So,
Right when you do,
so I have one of my focuses is charm, but also so I have manufactured goods as an asset.
Hell yeah.
So I'd like to say something like, so we don't have much in terms of money, but we might have something else you need. I can provide some medical assistance as well as I have blank, something that they need.
I think you tell me what you think smugglers in the desert need that is manufactured that maybe they don't have.
Pillows and beds. Still pillows and still beds.
You're fucking Mike Lindell.
It could just be still suits.
All I'm saying is the election
It'd be like-
was stolen from the Harkonnens by Hugo Chavez.
What the fuck is happening?
We have quality still suits as well.
And like you could do any of the Thumper still suits.
I like the still suits. You are like, you notice that these guys obviously are all in still suits. They're not a Fremen manufacturer. They're sort of like mass produced by the Imperium, and they've definitely seen better days. And you have probably a crate that you've brought out of the Ornithopter as a sort of peace offering of brand new off the fucking manufacturing line still suits. What do you say?
Yeah. Oh, what do I say? We'd like to offer these as a show of friendship. And
Maybe Susan goes, and a water, and spits on the ground.
It goes. Hey! We're not Fremen. You can put that spit right back in your mouth. That's disgusting.
Just kidding.
You can put up the picture of the handshake if you want. That is Jim Gira, by the way.
I'm re-downloading all the pictures because I don't know what's what. So.
He looks at the still suits. He goes, yeah. You said you were a doctor. Thumb has an ingrown toenail over there, so potentially could use. And he's halfway through the sentence. In fact, skip that one. You can put it up for a second if you want, but you need to put up the one with the Ornithopter
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Because as he says, Thumb has an ingrown toenail. You all hear a big Ornithopter swoop down, and a laser slices your Ornithopter in half, and it explodes on the fucking ground. And you see a beefy, like, troop carrier swoop down, buzz the camp, and then loop around and land in the desert a little farther off.
Does the haziness from earlier make it harder for them to land that?
I think it does. So I will actually roll that. Good catch. Let's see.
Susan's like, hey, Jem, what the fuck is this, man?
He's like, truly, no idea. They get one success, so they do land. It's way bumpier than yours. They came in real hot, skidded across the fucking sand, and came to a stop. The Ornithopter dislodges several troops. You can see that the still suits that they're wearing don't have insignia on them. You can see that they were removed. You may understand roll if you'd like to like scope out the Ornithopter and see who these goons are. I'll say only algorithm will have time enough to do this.
Okay. So understand and truth, I think, are at hand here.
Yeah, I think
for obvious reasons. Is this deductive reasoning? I keep asking because I like bonuses.
Okay. This is deductive reasoning for sure.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. I rolled a 19 and a 20.
No.
They are upon you before you have a chance to even discover who your assailants are. They are out of the fucking Ornithopter and they are running at you. You count 12 of these guys, and they start firing. and they're not firing just at you; they're firing at the smugglers as well. Do you say anything to Jim?
Maybe like, let's fucking kill these guys, Jim. Come on.
He's like, me and mine, and he does like a thumps his chest, and he snaps at all of his boys, and he goes, "Lock and load."
So speaking of all of his boys, where are all of my boys?
They are off in an ornithopter
Yes, I
searching.
accepted.
Can I like? I'm like fucking. I'm stuck with Derek.
No, I haven't started.
You got Derek, which I will let you roll for Derek in the initiative.
Okay.
You can radio your group, but they probably won't get here in time. Like the shit
Wednesday
is
night.
popping off, like right now. But you can use an action to radio them.
I don't think it's worth it. I'll radio them afterwards, after the worm comes and eats the other ornithopter.
Radical. Okay, so here's how conflict works. Each round, everybody's got to go. People on your side, like one of you will take an action, and then one of them will take an action. Or you can keep the initiative by spending momentum. Let me see exactly how that works. I hate PDFs. Okay. You can keep the initiative by spending two points of momentum, and either you can act again or another person on your team can act, and then the difficulty goes up one, right? So if it's like a one difficulty task, if you keep the initiative, it's a 2 difficulty task, right? But that basically means you can like deal with problems pretty quickly. Combat is a single dice roll, unless it is a like notable NPC that you're fighting, in which case it becomes like an extended back and forth. If you guys get one success on trying to murk one of these fucking guys, you fucking succeed because you guys aren't scrubs. Okay. So that's essentially how that works. You can do anything you want. You can use an asset in the attack. Any weapons you had, like any assets you have, are probably weapons you got, unless the smugglers are willing to toss weapons to you. And skills are going to be the same. Skill plus drive. Focuses will apply. All that kind of stuff. So you guys actually get first initiative because you're not scrubs. So there's 12 soldiers coming out of this ornithopter. A couple of them have straggled. A couple of them are really keen to get up here. So they're basically going to be coming at you in waves. There's going to be 3 guys each wave as they come up into the camp. Anybody farther back is in narrative zone. Basically, like they're taking pot shots. They have like a really high difficulty to hit anything, but they potentially can. The smugglers are just returning fire back and forth with them. They're both in narrative range as well. So you guys can take any action you want. Whoever wants to go first can do so. Algorithm is hidden in the tents. The 2 of you are with Jim and his sentries. The other smugglers are fighting off. Currently, it's you 4, including Derek, Jim, 2 sentries, and then 4 other smugglers versus 12 soldiers. So it's you're slightly outnumbered right now, but you have the high ground.
Can Susan just like sneak off and try to hide somewhere? Because like her main battle focus is Canley, so she would like to eventually sneak up on somebody that doesn't know she's there and then stab them with her blade.
Yeah.
And if that has to be 2 actions for her to like go and hide somewhere, then that's fine. But like to get out of plain sight.
Yeah. Give me a move check. And we'll call this you hiding. And then tell me what you want to use to do that.
Maybe power, like maybe not. I don't know. What goes
I
with
think
move?
power's a good one, right? Because
Power,
you're
just like it's what
oh,
she's
sorry,
good at.
dominance
Yeah.
by
Okay.
hiding.
So that would put it. What's 8 plus 5? These are weird. I'm bad at adding. 13.
Yeah.
I literally got a 1 and a 9.
Ooh, so 3 successes, add 2 to the momentum pool.
I think we're maxed out on momentum.
Oh yeah, you're already at 6. Oh yeah, you are. So sorry, no more momentum for you. That sucks.
It's fine.
Where do you hide? What do you do?
I think she kind of like looks at her group and is like, "I'm not running away," and is like, I think Derek probably knows this whole thing, and tries to go maybe like off towards the side of an entrance where they're going to be like running in, and like as a wave is ending, she'll try to like pop out and give him a good old stab.
Gotcha. Radical. Cool. You hide. That's going to be your move for sure. I like that. One of them is going to go. I'm going to say that this is just going to be the guys in narrative zone are going to take their pop off shots. I'm going to roll and see if any of them hit. It's I'm going to make it a 3 difficulty. So I'm actually going to use a threat to buy 1 dice to give them even a chance to hit. And roll. So you can take 1 threat from me. And 1 success, 2 failures. I'm going to say that you hear. You obviously the gunshots are going back and forth. They're using like Mauler rifles and pistols. You hear a Wilhelm scream as one of the smugglers goes down. Yeah, hey! Thank you. I couldn't do it. My sinuses are too dog shit. Give me 1 second. Let me tally up the people real quick so I have like a solid number. Okay, so it's 12 soldiers. Right. 12 soldiers. Okay. There were 7 smugglers. Now there is 6 smugglers. And then plus Derek. Okay. So you guys are outnumbered 12 to 10. That was their turn. I basically did the narrative range of shots. So now the initiative is back to your turn. One of the other 2 of you can take a shot. After you do so, if you want to keep the initiative, you can spend momentum to do so. Just don't forget that you have that option. So whoever wants to go can.
Chris, do you want to go?
Yeah. So you said one of our, well, not our guys, but the smugglers, one of their dudes got down.
Yeah, he went down. If you want to go and treat him.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to run over and see what I could do. So what do I do with that?
I'm gonna say discipline probably as the skill. You're just gonna try and stabilize the guy, keep him in the fight.
Well, then, so what I'm actually going to do instead is use my combat medic.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what that means. I misread. Hold on. When an ally in combat has suffered points towards the requirement to defeat them, you may spend 1 point of momentum to reduce that to 2. So so I'll run over there. So discipline and...
Read the title one more time. My bad.
So combat medic is you are skilled in offering rapid medical attention even during a battle. When an ally in combat has suffered points towards the requirement to defeat them, you may spend 1 point of momentum to reduce that point total by 2 as an action.
Okay. So here's how essentially your the way that you are defeated as an NPC or as a PC is your battle skill essentially becomes your HP for successes. Right?
Gotcha.
Excuse me?
Yeah. It doesn't need to be. It needs to be your specific skill for how they're trying to take you out.
Gotcha.
And
Right.
everyone,
So, like in a social conflict, or communicate or your discipline may become the threshold, right?
Okay.
Let me get this right real quick. Every time. There we go. Defeating a foe is an extended task, and defeating you would be an extended task. With a requirement equal to the foe's most appropriate skill, each successful attack point or scores points equal to 2 plus the quality of their asset. At this, they're not going to have quality assets because they're kind of scrub soldiers. Once the task's requirement has been reached, the foe is defeated. So, in a conflict situation, battle is your threshold. So any successful attack on you is 2 points towards matching the threshold of your skill and thus defeating you.
Okay.
So with these guys, you can absolutely use combat medic to fucking
Pop 'em back
reduce that by 2 because they just needed 1 success to go down.
Gotcha. Okay.
So combat medic totally fucking works here. For instance, if one of your party was hit and they had a 4 battle and it took 2, they got a success rolled on them, you could use combat medic to reduce that by 2 to basically negate the
Okay.
it's kind of OP if we're being honest.
It's what?
It's kind of OP if we're being honest. The combat medic thing basically means I gotta fucking really roll high as shit
Yeah.
to do any kind of damage. That's
Okay.
how that goes.
So I'll run over to the dude they got downed, and I'll
You
right back up.
you slap him with a med pack and bring him back up. Radical. So that means you now have back to 7 smugglers. He's probably not in the fight as of yet, but he will be regain his composure over the next couple minutes and get back in the fight.
And then I'll keep my eye out for anybody else that goes.
Cool. Do you guys want to keep the initiative or pass it off?
I think
we should.
Yeah, I think we should. Might as well keep the initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Algorithm.
You spend 2 momentum to keep the initiative. Either Doctor can act or pass it off to algorithm.
I
It's
pass.
algorithm.
I definitely pass.
Cool.
Oh,
So you're
yeah.
gonna go ahead and take your turn now. What do you want to do?
I want to sneak up on one of these guys and stab him with one of my flip darts with poison in it.
Cool. Give me a battle check. Tell me the drive.
Is it battle or is it move? Because I have a Canly focus and move, but I don't know why they.
Are you
put that in
sneaking
there.
specifically?
I mean, yeah, I'm sneakily going up to one of these guys and swiping.
Then give me a move check for that.
Okay, and this is going to be using my power drive.
Very good. So what is the total you got to hit?
I got to hit 13. And is this within focus of Canly?
So yes, yeah, I think it is. Here's the thing: because you're keeping the initiative, the difficulty goes up 1. Or this was going to just be a difficulty of 1. You now need to have a difficulty of 2. So you need to have at least 2 successes to succeed. Again, you can spend momentum to buy another dice or do whatever you want. You can absolutely roll 2 successes with not purchasing any dice, but it just helps your chances.
Well, in that case, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Make Haste ability. And what that does is when you attempt a move test, you may choose to suffer 1 additional complication in exchange for scoring 1 automatic success on the test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
So,
it does something
okay.
else, but it's not relevant.
Yeah. I like that a lot. That's
Right.
cool.
So I got a 3 and a 14. So that's, I guess, a critical success since this is Canly.
3 successes.
Mhm.
Cool. What's your current momentum pool at? Oh, sorry, 1 second.
It's at 4.
It's at 4, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 3 successes. You can add one of them back to the pool. You got the 2 successes necessary for this combat. How do you kill this soldier? One of the 3 that's made it to your engage range so far.
So algorithm sits like there for like a second and like calculates like Sherlock Holmesy, sees the whole thing, the discombobulate and all that. And then he executes that by like sneaking through the shadows and coming out of nowhere, like swiping them with this needle thing that's loaded with the poison, and then dipping out of the back into the shadows.
Instantly you pop out, fucking, and then melt back into the fucking shadows. Immediately, an abscess forms on this dude's neck, and he's like, "Oh god!" Ah! And it starts to fucking just like eat through his fucking neck, and he's fucking donezo, baby. He hits the fucking dirt, and he's down.
Sick.
Radical, very horrifying. You guys are scary. Cool. So it is going to go to them. There's 2 in range. Susan's hidden. Fucking algorithm is hidden. Actually, give me to hide again. Give me a move check. Algorithm.
Is it a stealth move check?
Yes.
Sick. All right, cool. Because I also have stealth. So that one didn't fully land. Okay. I got a 3 and a 12, and I was gonna use power since I was already using power. We're in combat. And so since it's stealth, which is what my focus is, and move, that's a critical success. So I got 2 successes total. Or no, sorry, 3 successes total. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So okay, you get 1 more point to the momentum pool. That's capped back out, and you hide back again. Cool. You 2 are hidden. The doctor is performing field medicine.
One thing I did need to happen though is I needed to get a complication added because of the way I did
yeah. Yeah, let's see what. Okay, it was a complication on a move. I'm gonna say that you sprang from hiding a little too eagerly and sprained a little bit your ankle. So I think that move checks are going to be a little more difficult for the rest of the fight.
Okay.
But you succeeded well enough on that last roll that it's not going to matter.
Okay, cool.
I think they're just going to trade off more gunfire. The 2 guys that are in range here are going to engage the smugglers that they can see. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Holy shit. You killed one of the 3 that have made it so far. The other 2 pull out knives and start to duel with 2 of the smugglers. A quick, just like blazing repartee, and then fucking the 2 attackers kill 2 smugglers outright.
Smugglers don't have much to them, do they?
No, I actually rolled 4 successes across 2 guys.
Dang.
Yeah, so I rolled well on that one. But yeah, no, combat is it's one fucking roll. If you're not like a PC, you're fucking paper, baby. That's just how it goes. 5 smugglers left. Actually, 4 smugglers, 1 Jim, Kira, 1 Derek. Initiative is back with you guys. Derek's turn.
Derek, I'm going to assume he has a gun, even though I don't have assets for him.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm going to use the stats for this.
Just-
He's going to have the same stats as the soldiers here.
I mean, yeah, you just give me basic soldier stats. I did not prepare for Derek to be a real...
Yeah, it's all right. I didn't know.
Well, that was me. I chose to bring him
his
along.
drive is going to be 5 regardless. His skill in battle is 6. Communicate is 4. I'm just gonna.
Okay, well, it's gonna be. So it's gonna be a 6 and a 5 for him, right? So he's gonna need an 11.
Yeah.
To succeed. Okay.
And he does have a Mauler rifle and a short blade.
Okay. Well, he's gonna use his gun to attack, and he needs to get an 11. Oh no, he didn't.
Nice.
He got a 15 and a 13.
And a 13.
So
10 and a 13?
15 and a 13.
Yeah, Derek is
A piece of shit is what Derek is.
He's like, do I shoot far or close? And he chooses both simultaneously and shoots off in the middle.
Oh my god.
Those of you that can see Susan see her like, oh god.
Elite trooper. Elite trooper. Awesome. Goes back to them. The soldiers. They're gonna just keep ripping through these smugglers because you guys are hidden. That's just how it's gonna go.
That's fine.
Those two guys. Gonna do another far combat roll. Both of them failed. They're just taking pop shots, and they don't hit anybody. Is back to you guys. Everybody on both sides. Jem Gira hasn't gone, so he's gonna go real quick. He fails as well. He's fighting. Jem is fighting up close with the 2 soldiers that took down his smugglers, and he gets 2 failures as well. Does not find home. That's the end of round 1. Round 2 starts. Everybody gets another turn now. So who would like to go first?
Can Susan pop out and kill one of these motherfuckers?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is going to be using battle with her Canley focus, and it's going to be her power, which takes her up to a 14.
Radical.
Should be high. Nope.
That is a 7 and a 12, so 2 successes.
Yes, very good. Okay, momentum's capped at 6, right? So you don't get anything else for the pool. But yeah, you succeed. Tell me how you kill this boy.
So as this guy's like running past the door, she's gonna like kind of run up behind him and like grab him sort of by the face from behind and use her other hand to like stab up into his kidneys.
Very good. Radical.
And then you
want to hide again, or are you gonna just?
Yeah, she's gonna hide again. That's her jam.
Give me a stealth roll as this guy dies.
Okay, so it was move and power with what I had. Okay, 2 5s.
Hey, very good. You duck over behind a tent as well. I think both you and Algorithm are back here. You're like, oh, hey, what's up? Okay, what's going on? Initiative goes to the soldiers, unless you guys want to keep the initiative.
I feel like we have enough momentum. I feel like if somebody else wants to go, we could.
Yeah, we
Go
might
for it,
as
Chris.
well.
Go for
Oh
it,
yeah,
Chris.
so spend 2 momentum, and either any 3 of you can act. Just choose who goes.
I'm good. Go ahead, Peter.
Okay, I mean, I'm worried that because of my ankle strain and also the difficulty goes up, I probably shouldn't do this right now. I should just wait till next round. So,
Well, hey, guess what then?
actually,
I'm gonna run over to you and try to patch you up.
And that's
Oh,
how
true.
we lost.
Hey,
That's like
very
Ben
good.
getting sad.
This one, I don't think your combat medic thing is going to really like mechanically work for this. We're just going to do a roll. Give me discipline and tell me what drive.
Duty.
Or actually,
Algorithm.
you can spend momentum to buy off that complication if you want.
Do that.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot.
Do that. You
Absolutely.
spend the momentum. Can we do both? Can we like take away his complication and then have him still go and kill someone? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
so to buy
Okay.
off a complication, um, 2. Oh, wait. It's 2 momentum to do that.
Okay.
Take it.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do that then. Might as well.
So yeah, take momentum down to 2, I believe.
Yeah,
I
since
think.
we're keeping it moving and also
Yep.
What?
cool. All right, that's dope. Now I'm gonna do the
Yeah.
same thing I did last round. Although I'm
Cool.
not gonna do the automatic success thing.
You do still need 2 successes though because you've kept the initiative.
Right, right. I have faith in the dice.
Okay.
Ooh, and I was right. That's
Hey.
3 successes total.
Ooh.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
One goes back to the momentum pool. Yeah, you attack again. Tell me how you kill this boy.
So algorithm kind of like blinks really fast and is like calculating or whatever, and he's like execute same thing, and then does the same exact thing, like
Yeah.
pixel perfect. Every
There you go.
frame is the same.
I want to tell you too. Sidebar. I think it's great that you're doing Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes instead of Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes. Very good.
Agreed. Absolutely
Yeah,
agreed.
very good.
He's
Awesome.
a sharp-faced boy.
Oh yeah, you fucking do the sharp-faced boy. And well, actually, not the
You
sharp.
do the round-faced
You do the
boy.
questionable facial hair boy, Robert Downey Jr. style.
That's
And
it.
you absolutely gut this fucking soldier. You guys still don't know who they are and why they're attacking you. You can use your turn to figure it out, or you can just murder them in the desert. Either way is fine.
Can we use a momentum to ask a question?
Gain information is a momentum thing. How does that work?
Oh wait.
Obtain information, 1 point per question. Each point of momentum the player spends allows them to ask the game master 1 question about the current situation. You can just ask me.
So, who are these guys?
They followed you here. They didn't know where the smugglers were. So they tracked you through the air and waited for you to find them. If you want to spend another momentum, I'll tell you what house they're from, if any.
Have you guys
Do it.
seen?
I mean, we
the
don't
way
have
he
to, but do
talks in
it.
any of his
Let's do it.
press?
Yeah.
What house are
Let's
they
lose it
from?
all.
These guys are from House Reason. They
Of
followed
course they
you all
are.
the way from they followed you all the way from Rashis, and have brokered a backdoor deal with the Atreides to counteract whatever subversion you were sent to undertake.
Now, yeah, that's exciting.
I forgot that you could use momentum to just straight up ask me a question. That's fucking
I
wild.
dig it.
I'm enjoying this game. I think it's good.
This
Okay.
is pretty fun. This is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's so different than D&D, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
so different. It's crazy. Anyway, awesome. That's definitely, I think, going to be the Doc's action. Like, you have, in narrative, you have, like, figured out who these guys were.
Right.
You were piloting. You got some weird, like radar pings that you couldn't really tell what it was. Turns out they were following you in the air. And now that you know that they were following you, you fucking connect the dots in your head. That, like, you can see that, like, the fuselage of the ornithopter, you, like, look out over the desert, you can see, like, behind the heat haze, that they have, like, spray painted over their insignia on the fuselage. And bits of it are, like, poking out from behind the, like, thin layer of paint.
Gotcha.
House Reason's insignia, they have, it's a pouty bulldog face on a yellow field. That is House Reason.
I think it's their turn.
Yeah.
You cannot keep the initiative again. You can only keep the initiative once per round. So it's going to go back to the soldiers of House Reason. I can finally say who they fucking are now.
Reason sucks.
Good thing that you kept the initiative to kill that guy, because the next 3 catch up, and you were about to have 4 here and dueling range. But now you've only got 3 in dueling range. So they're back. One of them is going to attack Jim Gira. No, he's going to attack the doctor. He sees the doctor connecting dots.
Or
No!
Reggie Bush type.
Throw into the dock. Only 1 success. What is your battle skill?
4.
Whew. So
Can he use his medic thing on
You've lost-
himself?
you've lost 2 right now. I'm not sure if you can do combat medic on yourself. Read it one more time for me.
It says ally. I'm assuming I'm not my own ally.
You can't
Don't kill her.
You're not
Fucking
allies
cleric,
with
dude.
yourself? What is this?
Don't kill the cleric.
Here was my thing. I was like, even if they're dicks, they're not going to attack a medic, right? Like, that's some shit, right? Like, the scene in Saving Private Ryan where fucking the medic gets fucking shot, the medic who is Phoebe's brother and friends gets shot, sucked. But now that you have displayed some cognitive, like, connecting dots, and you're not physically, like, helping someone, you're fair game. Radical, you get hit one more time like that, and you will be defeated. There's a bunch of ways to get out of that.
Yeah.
You can see it on the thing. I think resisting defeat is on there. If not, we will talk about it when and if it comes up, which again is not necessarily a thing that happens. Cool. So, initiative goes back to you guys. Who has gone? The doc has gone.
We've all gone.
Fuck.
You've all gone? Okay. Jim
We have
Gears-
Derek and Jen.
Jim is going to go. He's going to attack one of these guys. Critical success.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you get momentum for him. He's like on the team, but I don't think he's really going to contribute to your momentum pool. But he does take down one of these. He does take down one of these House Reason soldiers. They're down to 8.
Is it the one that's attacking?
He's been engaged in this like wild fucking knife fight with this dude, back and forth, and then the dude overcommits. He like brings a foot down, stomps on the blade, and breaks it. And then the dude's momentum, like the attacker's momentum, just carries him right into a knife thrust from Jim.
He fell into my knife.
Yeah, and he just like he just like moves him over, plants his other foot in the dude's chest, and like a arc of blood like just like shoots out as he fucking pulls his knife out. That is the end of the round. No,
No, we have to do Derek.
Justice for Derek.
I'm gonna give the narrative guys a pot shot. I'm gonna spend another threat to give them 3 dice. Critical success, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, take my threat down 1. I rolled a 1, a 13, and a 14. Their target number was 10. So they got 2 successes, but they needed 3 successes. And they don't do any damage here.
Okay. Can I
Back
roll for
to
Derek?
Yes.
All right, Derek. Don't be a shit.
Fuck me on this, Derek. There's
Fuck
two.
me, Derek.
There's 2 guys in like dueling range right now.
Okay. Derek's gonna aim for the one that's closest to the medic. If they're like right in the center, it doesn't really matter. But trying to just like, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's 16 and 15.
Yeah, Derek is. Oh, so he's still shooting. They're a little too close for his rifle range. He needed to have like a primo shot, and he just didn't. They kind of go just like wide right a little bit.
Another soldier, like Steven from my unit, would have made that shot.
Here's the thing about Steven. He's so hard to work with. It's just,
Derek's at least agreeable.
Derek's dumb and sweet. And potentially dead.
This is the world of Dune. This is Arrakis. We don't need sweet.
We need
we need
We need
spicy.
spicy.
No one sweet has The spice is sweet. The spice tastes like cinnamon. I missed the joke. Was it good?
Chris and I at the same time said we need spicy.
I love it. Okay.
We're all old dads.
Very good.
That's the clip of the stream there.
We should be more popular.
Take the clip.
We should be more popular than we. Cool. Derek missed. Okay, new round, fresh round. There is still 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
1 guy. There's still 1 guy in narrative range or in dueling range. Okay. Cool. Radical. Top of the order. Whoever wants to go.
And Susan can pop out and try and stab one, but she doesn't have to go first.
Go, Susan, go.
Okay.
So we don't have momentum or enough momentum to keep the thing. Don't forget. So
Shit.
initiative.
Yeah, you only have 1 momentum right now. You
Okay.
can. You can.
Oh,
give
we can give Nick threat in exchange for momentum though, so that gives him
Okay.
more stuff against us. But to keep the momentum, it might be worth it.
Yeah. Or you can do 2 points of threat to keep the initiative.
Okay, that's what I meant. Okay. So now that I know that this is, would I still use power? It does. Okay, so now I'm wondering if like my drive is justice, which is I will get revenge on those who have wronged me. So now I'm
Justice.
wondering if Susan's drive will change fighting these people.
Give me something real quick first before we'll come back to that.
Okay.
You're an expert in Canly.
Yep.
Give me an understand roll.
Okay. And what drive?
You can pick, but I think duty or justice or power are the ones that you can
Okay.
pick from.
Well. Okay. If I pick power, then it's 16.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. But if I can also do justice or duty, which my next highest.
Difficulty of 1 because you're an expert.
Okay. I got an 18 and a 14.
Ooh, very good. 1 success. That's what you needed. Canly is the opposite manifestation of conflict between great houses. Open warfare is not good. Open warfare is like kind of illegal, and that's what Canly replaces.
Okay.
You know that this is not Canly, this is open warfare, and this is bad. You also know that if no one's alive to report it, did it happen?
Okay.
Essentially, it's either all of them or all of you. You guys have both broken the fucking law, and that's not good. That's just what's up.
Okay.
What was your question while I was...
My question was, so like one of my drive statements is like, I will get revenge on those who have wronged me. So I wonder if that would switch my drive from power to justice.
I don't think that really goes. I don't think that this really goes against that drive statement.
Okay.
While these guys haven't wronged you or anything, like this is what I was saying to Chris earlier, right? Your drive statement, it only has to be like directly, like it needs to have gotten in the way of your room for that to have challenged your drive statement. And I don't think that this does. I think it's like a separate thing altogether.
Okay.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Then I'm
We all
going.
want to go break? Maybe
Sure, we could take a little break.
Let's do it.
take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris
We're
is
good.
yes.
He just left.
Well, never mind then.
Okay,
we will-
let's do Susan's turn and maybe he'll be back. And then we can take a break.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, that check's not your turn, but it was important that you knew that.
Okay.
And you can tell the party if you want, or not.
Hey, open warfare is bad. We have to kill everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
She screams, Derek, do better.
He goes, it's a living.
She's like, nah, if you don't do better,
I
bud.
don't know it.
Okay.
Uh,
So now I need, what is it? Battle and power. So I need a 14. And I need 2 successes to kill these guys?
did you keep the initiative?
No.
You
Hey!
just
Does it count if it's on the floor?
Yeah.
It's a 1 though. Okay. Well, one of them is a 5.
Okay.
Which is a critical success anyway, because it's
Your focus. Okay.
because it's my focus. And a 10, so it's 3 successes.
Cool. You just need 1 success. Pete only needed 2 successes because he had kept the initiative, and that makes it 1 difficulty rank harder than what it normally would be.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
Yeah, you get 2 for the momentum pool. When Chris gets back, he can add that to the pool on the screen.
I'm just gonna type that in chat so we have that on record.
Yeah, cool. You can see how the momentum is fucking going down a little bit. You guys haven't given me any threat though, so like both of our currencies are a little dwindling right now. And you can see how that kind of is like, ooh, we're all getting tired. This is all a little bit rough. You know?
I want to use it. What's the point in having it if we don't use it?
I agree.
No, I like
the second
it.
stream that I watched of this to get ready for it, they were like spending momentum like it was fucking growing on trees. They didn't give me
It's growing out crits.
it's growing on crits. So yeah. There's a more difficult sort of application of combat in this system where there's zones and like assets are something you're like assets obviously are something you got to have regardless, but the movement of assets to different zones is like a big thing and like all that kind of stuff. For our purposes, like in a small skirmish like this, it's not really that big of a deal. But combat can get more difficult, or not difficult, more complex, or as relatively incomplex as we are doing. I think is a thing. Chris, you get 1 momentum back in the pool.
No, we get 2.
2.
And that was what I, yeah.
And yeah. Megan's just
And then
gone.
if we want to keep momentum, we could just immediately spend that so that you can go ahead and kill the other guy.
How do you kill that guy?
Really similar. Like the back of the armor kidney stab and just like kind of drag that body off to the side to clear the way for the next victim.
You guys are seriously just like
Yeah.
fucking doing some crazy shit.
Susan, Colorado,
cool.
man.
There are 7 guys left on their side. 2 of them are still like in range of you right now. Sorry, no. Only 1 of them is still in range of you right now. Initiative goes back to them unless you're going to keep the initiative.
Should we keep the initiative, y'all?
I think we should.
We should.
All right, let's do it.
Yes,
I'll take care of that last guy then.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a whirl, as they say. I need to pull up the thing so I know what numbers to look at. Okay, there we go. So move and power again, so 13 once again. And I got a 1 and an 18, so that's 2 successes. Perfect.
Yo! Yeah, I mean, that's all you need. You don't get anything in the momentum pulled back because it was a difficulty of 2. Yeah, you break out of fucking hiding one more time. Fucking, you're still using those poison needles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just abscesses start forming over like across this dude's like his chest underneath his clothes. And you can just hear kind of just like sizzles and gross. And he fucking dies horribly.
Yeah.
The poison's fucked. The poison's real fucked. Cool. So yeah, you guys got 1 guy left. No one's in narrative range quite yet. There's still 2 more waves of soldiers coming. Initiative goes back to them. You see 2 of the guys in like the straggler group break off and go back to the ornithopter. The last guy in that third group joins the other one, so now a wave of 4 is going to come up to meet you guys. But no one at this round is in range, so they're going to take pot shots. I'm going to spend one more threat to get another dice to give them a chance. And one success was not enough, so my threat goes down to 3. Yeah, 2 of them are moving back to the Ornithopter. 4 of them will be here next round. Initiative goes back to you guys. Everybody's gone, I believe. Right?
Chris, I don't think you went that round.
I didn't
No.
go last time.
Chris didn't go, and I don't think Jem or Derek went.
Yeah, so I was going to do Jem. Okay, go ahead, Doc. What you got? Oh, and you missed the development. Susan figured out that Hanley, the War of Assassins, is the alternative to open warfare between great houses.
Yeah.
Open warfare is illegal.
Right.
And essentially, did you hear all that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I came back as you were starting to explain that.
Okay. So that is what's up. And it seems like 2 of these guys are about to fucking.
But they fucking attacked us.
They don't. It's their word against yours.
But we're the charismatic church.
That's true.
That's true. We haven't.
Not
Fought.
if you're dead.
We're not going to be dead. They're going to be dead.
So yeah, what are you gonna do, Doc? 4 of them are coming, but they're not in dueling range yet. 2 of them are moving back to.
Is there a way that I can? Well, we don't have enough momentum. Because I don't fight. I don't do that. I guess can I check my own wound and try to patch it up, or?
Yeah, we're just gonna make a roll for that. Give me discipline.
Okay. So I'd say discipline and probably duty, right?
Actually, you know what? I'll let you spend the momentum to buy off the wound. We'll do that.
Yeah, but then we're at 0.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, if you guys are fine with that, that's fine with me.
I'm fine with it.
That's my turn.
Oh, nice.
No, don't you get... If he uses momentum to buy it off, doesn't he get to do something else? Or is that his action?
No, he's just buying off the complication. But that's kind of a loose interpretation of the complication, whereas it's a static thing. But he's heading towards defeat, and I'm going to call that an injury complication. He could use a momentum to.
I see. Okay, cool.
Okay.
We need Jem and Derek.
Jem is going to take a pot shot, difficulty of 2, and he misses. Derek, I suppose, is going to do the same thing, right?
Yeah, Derek's going to try and get one of those guys far off. Okay. Derek, do fucking good. A 5 and a 10.
Ooh.
And I think a 5 counts as a critical for him.
For Derek?
Right? I guess he probably doesn't have a focus.
He has a focus. Smaller rifles. Under a 6.
Yeah, so he got a 5 and a 10.
Yeah, 2 successes. At that distance, though, how many total successes did he get?
3.
That's it. It was going to be a difficulty of 3. He draws a bead on one of the guys retreating to the Ornithopter, and he goes. He looks at Susan and he goes, "I got this one." Just like a lone rifle shot, one of the dudes' just head explodes like a melon across the side of the fucking Ornithopter, and he goes down. They now have 5 guys left. One of them is still moving to the Ornithopter. And that is the end of the round. Actually, I'm going to give the smugglers can't possibly hit a difficulty of 3. They're on your side. You don't have momentum really. I'm gonna say they're gonna take a shot at the guys coming up the hill that are a little closer. That's just gonna be 2 successes, and they only get 1 success. So they're still just trading.
These smugglers eat dick.
Not made a single shot. Yeah, you're right.
Well, here's the thing. They're firing at like extreme range with like pistols, and they're not like soldiers, right? They're just like smugglers. So there's like whatever. Jem, though, he fucking really murdered a guy with a knife a second ago. So, okay.
Meanwhile, Algorithm and Susan are like, cool, good job, bud.
Give me a who's got the highest understand?
I do, probably at 8.
I have an
I
8
also
as
have
well.
8.
Oh.
Oh wow!
All of you have 8 and understand? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
We think.
You guys.
I also have.
Go ahead.
Mine's
think
a-
Chris and
I have a
both
focus in
deductive reasoning.
strategy.
Yeah. You mean understand? It's not going to be strategy. It's going to be like situation. It's not related to the battle, but it's like a situational awareness type role. You know what I mean?
So deductive reasoning.
Deductive reasoning.
I will give you deductive reasoning.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
You want me to roll, Peter? Or you want?
Difficulty of 2.
Oh, you can roll it, Chris.
So we're trying to figure something out. So I'd probably do truth as well. So 8 and 8. I got 16 and 13.
2 successes, I believe. At or under, yeah. 2 successes, very good. That is what you needed. You're kind of adrift here, Doctor. You're not a fighter. You were here to do a bit of diplomacy, and having succeeded that, you would have been fine to go back over the shield wall to the relative safety of Arakeen. As you stand here kind of adrift in this, knockdown, drag out fight in the middle of the desert, you feel a deep thrumming coming through the soles of your feet. Over the sound of rifles and knife blades intersecting, you hear a hiss. And just as you do, you hear one of the smugglers go, "Oh, Lord above, Wormsign!" And you look and you can see in the distance sprays of sand and dust rising as a.
We're on a rocky outcrop, though, right?
Oh no, sorry.
No, we're in the sand.
Points.
Give me a strategy. Give me a strategy roll. Understand.
Okay.
Is that understand? Oh.
Okay, so then maybe
What overdrive as well.
maybe
Truth,
duty
actually,
or
it's got to be
truth?
truth. It's got to be truth.
Truth. Okay, so it's 8 plus 5 is 13, right? Okay. A 14 and a 16.
You are like, yeah, we're on a rocky outcrop. It's fine. You see that
Bummer.
the smugglers look around and they drop everything and they start hoofing it across the sand, like in the opposite direction of the worm. You guys see that there is a sturdier piece of land about a kilometer away from this outcrop. They're booking it. They haven't said anything to you. Jem goes, "Thought that might happen. This ain't gonna cut it. It's too small. Shai Halud's gonna have us for breakfast." And he sheaths his knife. And he says, "See you on the other side." And he joins his smugglers.
See you on the other side, brother.
See you on the other side, this side of the next. Uh, you see that the House Reason soldiers are kind of taken aback. House Reason hasn't been on Arrakis. Like they don't have a claim like House DB does. They're literally here as like agents of the Atreides. But they don't really know what this means.
So I know Susan didn't pass that first thing, but like seeing the smugglers flee, would that like indicate to algorithm or the doctor that we should flee?
I think analytically, yes. I think that maybe probably the doc is going to have to be the one to inform the rest of the show, unless algorithm wants to make an understand roll to put it all together.
Sure, I could do that. Yeah, I could roll an understand roll.
Understand truth.
Deductive reason or no?
Yes.
Sick. That's like 3 successes.
You know that this outcropping, you can tell just by the like surface tension, like of the approaching worm, how big it is, and you can tell that it fully dwarfs the entire outcropping, and it is not going to be enough to stay here. You need to get on like way better footing.
Do we get any momentum for that check, by the way, or?
Yes. Sure. You get, it was a difficulty of 2, so you get 1 momentum back into the thing. I'll tell you now, the landing that you did at the beginning it was a difficulty of 4 to not call the worm. But then that was kind of a moot point when the battle started anyway, because the fucking House Reason guys landed like shit. So the worm's actually here later than it would have been if you had fucked up even worse. So that is how it goes. You did good. You did better than they did. Yeah, you guys need to hoof it. You got some options, right? Like you know that the outcropping, just from your reasoning, is bad. You know that your ornithopter is destroyed. So you can either fight through these soldiers, take their ornithopter, or run with the fucking smugglers and try and make it. In that case, we're gonna have to do an extended move check and get you across the sand. So you're basically either fighting your way to the ornithopter. The worm is kind of close, so I would say you probably have at most 3 combat rounds to like get through these soldiers and like get into the thing, or you can run for it. Those are your choices, as you conceive them based on all the information you have in hand.
So my move is bad. It's a 4.
Yeah, my move's only a 5.
So the way that the way that its extended check works, every success is 2 towards a predetermined number of successes. In this case, it's 6. So you need each character needs 3 successes to get across. If you get there quicker than because we will extend it over 3 rounds. If you get there quicker, you can do assist rolls to try and get your people back as well.
What about Derek? What happened? Does he kind of just go with me?
Derek is, I think he's just gonna roll on yours.
I was gonna say, I feel like does he get extra rolls?
I'm not making rolls for the smugglers. They're used to this kind of thing, so I'm not making a roll for Derek. This is about you guys. Derek's an asset.
If Derek dies, I'll just bring David along.
Derek is as good as a knife or a fucking steel.
Cool.
That's how assets. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think we could probably make it running. That said, diplomatically, we probably should kill and grab their ornithopter.
And then Chris can have an ornithopter as an asset again.
Yes.
Back.
What do you think?
I just can't kill anybody, so
that's fine. 3
Well, we've
rounds
got-
of combat, we can take care of 5 people.
Yeah, we've got
There's
Derek.
5 of these guys left. 5 of these guys, 3 rounds. I say a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I think those are good odds.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Let's do it. Let's do
Let's
the
do it.
risky thing. The worst thing that happens is we die.
And it's
Yeah.
a one shot. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go back into combat order. Top of the thing. Who wants to go? There's 4 guys. They've kind of stopped their approach. They heard Wormsign, and now they see the thing. So now they're gonna start running back down the hill towards the ornithopter. You're basically chasing them down now, back
Sick.
down the little slope to the desert.
Cool. Well, then Susan and Derek are going to run, whether together or separately. They're going to run forward and try to catch one of the guys, and Derek will probably stab someone too. If
You
they're
want me to go ahead and
closer.
do
Greg
Derek?
used to power up to
Yes.
actually.
Okay. Derek's gonna take the first move. Shit.
Maybe he'll shoot at the one that's closest to the ornithopter already.
Critical success for Derek. You get 1 back. I'm gonna give you that 1 point for the momentum since it was a critical success. He's gonna shoot at the one at the ornithopter.
Yeah, so that way they can't like get in there and start getting ready.
You guys are at a full sprint. Derek stops short, pulls up his rifle, whack, shoots through the fucking like windshield of the ornithopter. The guy was already in the pilot seat, who like blew his fucking brains out across the fucking passenger window.
Hot.
He's done. He's fucking done for him. There's 4 more guys left running down the hill. They get the initiative. They're going unless you want to keep it. You got 2
What was
momentum.
We do have 2 momentum if you guys want to keep it.
It's up to you. If you think you can kill them with the 2, then I think it's worth doing.
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool. So spend the 2 momentum. It's going to be a
And-
difficulty. It's going to be a difficulty 2, just like normal, because they're not like far away.
And I'm going to do that thing again where I hurt myself with a complication in exchange for automatically 1 success on this test,
Okay.
just to try to really seal this deal. And then obviously Canley and power as well for this attack. And I got a critical success and then a 20. So
Ooh. I mean, okay, so you kill the guy first.
so that's 3
He's running
successes
down.
total, I think. Correct?
Yeah, but it's not really how it works because you get the successes, momentum. You get 1 momentum back to the pool because of the 3 successes, and it was a difficulty of 2.
Mhm.
You took a complication to do this, and you rolled a complication.
Interesting.
So, you throw your knife into one of their backs, killing him. You trip because you're running down like a rock face, basically. You trip and go ass over tits down the fucking slope, and you're gonna take an injury. You can spend your last momentum, I believe, or no, you can't spend a momentum you just got. You got 1 momentum left right now, right? Unless is that momentum the one that he just earned?
Yep.
Okay. So you cannot buy this off. You can give me 2 threat if you want to buy off the injury. Otherwise, your move checks from now until the end of the scene are going to be at a +1. So anything you do with a move, 1 difficulty higher.
What are we thinking? Should we spend that threat or not?
I think we should give him the threat.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's my
Maybe-
opinion.
Let's do it.
I mean, other option is that Chris has someone to heal now.
That's fair. We could do that. He could spend to heal you. Would that makes sense?
I just, since you're not killing people, I don't want you to not have anything to do on your turn.
Oh no, I'm fine with not having anything to do. I'm
Then-
better at other stuff. So
He already did it. Here's the thing. Here's how this game works, man. It's not all about fight. This one shot is, but this system is like parties can be using the conflict rules, right?
Mhm.
Like that's how this fucking system works, right? So you already fucking did it. Like the doctor came and he like made friends with these smugglers. The smugglers fought with you guys. The smugglers were like cool. You know, you kind of bought him off. That was all on the doc. So he's already done his job. And he healed one of the smugglers, brought him back. You know what I mean? So he's doing good.
my role is not combat. So
That's not what he does. Anyway,
Good
cool.
thing I didn't decide to be the steward.
And you guys would have come in here, it would have been a doctor, a fucking steward, and a living computer. Like, hey, we're in the desert.
Walk into a bar.
Yeah.
So the
Okay.
living computer algorithm fucking goes ass over tits, kills a guy while doing so, but falls down this rock face. I'm gonna say also you lag behind for having the 2 complications.
Okay.
Jury lag behind the rest of it.
Then I guess so. Did we decide to do the threat thing then, or
Oh, sorry. Did you? If so, then
It's
you
up to
buy
you
off.
guys.
the injury. You're still gonna lag behind because you took 2 complications, unless you want to give me 4 threat. Buy off
I'm
that.
not gonna give you 4 threat.
No,
That's not
your
happening.
face is too gleeful.
Cool. So yeah, you're not injured in the thing, but you do lag behind.
Okay, sounds good.
3 left. They take the initiative now. They're going to take pot shots behind them at Eric, who just murked their fucking captain. 1 success. They're running. One of them just pop shots 2 over his shoulder, catches Derek in the fucking temple, and Derek goes down.
Oh no!
Derek's done.
there's
Rip
one.
Derek. I was counting on him to get through these rounds of combat.
Cool. There are 3 of these guys left. Initiative is back in your court. Who has
Okay.
gone?
Then Susan's gonna go. She's gonna see her fallen guy and be like, too young, and gonna try to stab one of these guys in the fucking neck.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that is a 12 and a 10, which I didn't actually specify, but I've been using battle. We can say that Canley doesn't play a
Yeah,
role.
battle. I don't think really. I think battle
and
is
then power.
on a running fight.
So that's 2 successes.
Cool. So yeah, 1 goes back into the momentum pool. You kill one of these guys as well. How do you dispatch him on the run?
Just like she's running by, she's got her little blade out, and like she just like beep, like right in the neck as she's going. Doesn't even look back to see if he's fallen. Just keeps running.
One of them is still running. He's gonna do. I'm gonna make him do a move roll to try and get him in the cockpit real quick. So his stats are move. It is 5, 5. So it's gonna be 10. I'm gonna spend 3 threat to get 2 additional dice. I'm gonna say this difficulty for him to get there is 2. So he's rolling 4 dice. He's got to get under 10. 1 success, 1 critical fail. Complication for him. I'm gonna buy off the complication. Let's see how I do that. Buy off the complication by spending 2 threat. Okay, so I spent 6 threat total. I only had 4. Okay, so I cannot buy off the threat.
No, you
no,
had
I've
6.
been
Wait,
tapping
wait.
it down. I've been tapping it down. So you had 6.
So I use all my threat to get this guy in the fucking cockpit.
Jesus.
But now none of us have guns. Is he just gonna fly away and leave all of us out here?
This is one guy. He's hoofing it. He looks. He sees these two other guys, and he's like, he sees that worm. He sees like the trail of corpses leading all the way back up the plateau, and he goes, "Fuck." Hoofs. He just like dives into the ornithopter, like opens the door, shoves his buddy out the side, closes the door. Like he's getting it ready. He's doing like pre-flight. You can see that the fucking wings have come out and they've started going. But he does not take off. He doesn't have time to do that.
Okay.
I spent all my threat to get this man in the cockpit.
Dr. John, I feel like you should get in the cockpit and try to fucking delay his takeoff.
You guys are
Okay.
you guys can get there with a move action, but I don't think you can attack him. You can potentially do other stuff, but I don't think you get into attack. If you do like a full move to hoof it, you can definitely like get in the ornithopter.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to get in there, and I want to try to delay as best I can. I know that I can't, but I want to.
You're gonna you might have to murder Dr. John.
I can't.
You don't have to. Here's the thing. You can do something that's potentially not even like an attack, right? Like you can like
Slam
smash
the buttons. Yeah. That was my thought. Yeah, I was gonna like
Okay.
pull
I'll make
levers.
that part of your move. I'll make that part of your move to like try and delay it.
Okay.
Difficulty of here's what we're gonna do, and I'm not even sure if this is strictly the rules. Difficulty of 2 to get there now. Difficulty of 3 to get there and delay him.
Okay.
We have 2 momentum if you want to spend them for dice.
I dig that. I feel like you should.
You can only afford to buy 1 extra dice.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You really got to twist my arm. Okay. So we said it had to be. Okay, so it's 3 difficulties. So my move is 4, and then I would say it would have to be duty.
Yeah, I think so too.
So. Ooh, hold on. I have a thing. Let me look at my thing. Okay, so intense study.
Gotcha.
I would say that as a ornithopter pilot myself, I would definitely know all of this information about how to pilot it and how to reset it so that once the others get this guy out, I can just get us up in the air going.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I like that.
So
cool.
instead of move, I'm going to use understand.
Oh!
So instead of 4, I'm going to use 8. So for a total of 15.
That's a fucking coup, and I love it. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I love that. That was so cool.
We got 3, we got 10, and we got 17.
2 successes, only 2.
But was that your focus?
Deductive reasoning would be.
I don't think you can use the focus.
Yeah,
I don't think that's how it works. You get there. You don't delay him, but you're in the ornithopter,
Okay.
which is not a loss.
Right.
It just means you're in striking distance right now. How many turns have each of you taken since the worm showed up? 2. So this is round 3.
Oh, wait, was it just 1? Yeah, because Derek died.
Yeah, that was the first thing.
Derek died. That was round 1 for Derek.
Yeah, Derek died this round. We haven't gone again since Derek died.
This is round 2 starting.
This is about to be round 2, yes, because so my thing when the worm arrived was me figuring out that the worm was coming. And
so you guys have 2 rounds until the fucking worm gets here. Oh. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the top of the
Rich
order.
landowning family.
I think Susan
turn of the
sees
century
Dr. John run
ish.
into this.
Like right after.
Oh, sorry.
Ornithopt.
Give me 2 seconds. Guy in the cockpit went. Fucking one more guy does get a pop shot before the round ends. Critical success, critical failure.
Wow.
Insane.
What does that mean?
His body takes a screenshot.
He pops over. He shoots at Susan. Susan takes. What's your battle skill?
6.
Critical success, 2 successes. You take 4 out of your 6.
Holy titties, no!
He shoots over your shoulder. You take a full bullet to the fucking right side of your chest that spins you around. You're not defeated yet. You still got 2 HP, quote unquote, left before you're defeated. But Susan has been injured. Round 2.
Okay, Susan says, fuck this, as she's like pouring viscera out of her chest and decides to just book it straight to the ornithopter.
Oh, yeah. Give me a move check.
I'm going to say move and power, like with
Yes.
her physical strength.
Fucking power running.
So that's 13.
I'm sorry, difficulty of 2. Just the same as it was for.
What happens if I only get 1?
You don't get it.
Do I still progress forward?
You are still like moving forward, but you don't like get to the ornithopter.
Ah, titties. All right. I got a 5 and a 19.
Yeah, this means at the top of round 3 you can move again to be in the thopter.
She's gonna get eaten by a worm.
Are running. Dude, the cockpit's gonna go. He's gonna try and take off. I'm gonna call that a move check. I don't have any threat left. I'm gonna say move check difficulty of 2, which is not undoable, but he needs to get let's see. I think it's 10. Yeah, difficulty of 10. Only 1 success instead of 2. He's like, he feels you get into the ornithopter and he goes, oh Jesus, Steve, we gotta get the fuck out. Oh my god!
My name isn't Steve.
He thinks you're one of the. You distract him enough that he doesn't get the pre-flight done. The initiative goes back to you guys.
So, can I just, for clarifying, there's a guy outside of the ornithopter still that's one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Onto the cockpit. You have lagged behind. To catch up,
Right.
you need to get a difficulty 2 move check. But actually, it's going to be a difficulty 3 because... Oh, wait, no.
No, we paid off the...
Difficulty 2, yeah. Difficulty 2, to catch up to where, like, Susan is, you need to do a move check, like, right now. Because you're still, as it stands, your, like, regular movement is 3 rounds away from where the ornithopter is. So to basically buy your way closer, you need to use an action.
Okay. And where is that other guy in the sand?
He's just running. He's a little bit in front of Susan, but he's not quite to the ornithopter yet.
Okay.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh man.
Then I will... you said difficulty 2, right?
Yes.
I will use my make haste again, take another condition, in order to get 1 success, and then move check, to try
Now
to
you
catch
just
up.
you get 1 success on your rolls.
Yeah. And I think the drive for this is power, I think. I think he really wants to, like, have that power that is associated with being an ornithopter when a worm's coming.
I would say faith if you're running for your life. Maybe.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go with that. So I need a 12 then.
Okay.
And I got a 9 and 11, so I actually got 3 successes total.
Hell yeah. Awesome. So yeah, give 2 momentum to the pool. And yeah, you catch up to Susan. You had fallen and you sprint to catch up. You guys can both hop in the ornithopter next turn.
And what is the condition that I get, or whatever the technical term is for
The
this game?
complication you get
Yeah.
is exhaustion. You really pushed yourself. It's gonna still it's gonna give you more problems to your move the same way as before. You just really strained yourself to get there. Initiative goes back to the soldiers. Last guy he's gonna turn and fight. He sees algorithm catch up. He needs to roll under an 11, difficulty of 1. Both of them fail. He tries to engage you in like hand-to-hand combat, and you fucking just like stiff arm past him and run towards the fucking ornithopter. Do you say anything to him as he fucking Heisman his ass?
Yes, algorithm turns to him and says, "Out of my way, reasonable scum."
Reasonable idiots. Very good. That was this turn. Back to you guys. Doc, you are the only one left to act. What do you do?
So we said that everybody can get on the ornithopter after.
Next round.
Okay. And so it's just me and this pilot?
Yes.
Okay. And there's no other enemy, right? Other than the worm coming?
There's one guy. He tried to fight algorithm outside and got fucking stiff armed.
Okay. As I'm still trying to block this guy from taking off, I turn to him and I say, so I want to try to convince him to let the others on, like so our people, and then dip. So now,
come on, man! Like, let's just fucking get out of here. You see
Pretty
that
much.
fucking.
So
Give me a communicate roll, and I'm gonna say that this one is probably faith or truth. One of them being like have a heart, the other one being like look at what's happening.
yeah, exactly. So I'd say truth.
Okay.
I would be logical. Look at what's going on.
Yeah.
We need to get out of here, but your people are done. My people are still up. Let's grab them and go.
Okay, cool. Difficulty of 2, I would say.
And I don't know where the fuck my
Because House Reason hates you guys a lot.
Yeah.
I had to check my notes. A lot.
But I have charm as well.
What does Charm do?
It's my communicate skill. So
Your focus, you mean.
yeah, so befriending others and appearing trustworthy.
I think that totally works for your focus. So roll under a critical success if you get under your communicate skill.
So communicate is 6. Truth is 8, so I need to beat 14. I got a 2 and a 16. So, but one's a critical success.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes. Jesus Christ! Oh my God. Fine, whatever. Yes, fine.
Cool.
And he finishes the pre-flight. He shouts out of the ornithopter. He's like, "Let him on, Steve!" Steve gets up out of the dirt, and you all hop onto the ornithopter. He finishes the flight check, and it fucking the jet engines angled down. You guys bounce up off of the fucking desert floor right as the fucking worm comes out of the dirt. You can pop up the picture real quick, just the mood, the one with the worm in.
Can Susan sit behind the pilot?
Can algorithm sit behind Steve?
And I'm facing away from all of them.
Yeah.
So
the worm pops up out of the desert. Massive, fucking like 20 meters across, like this way. Fucking like, I mean, a half a kilometer wide. It fully churns the sand here, drops away as your ornithopter pops up off of the ground. The sand, like Coriolis effect, fucking starts to drain out. The outcropping where the smuggler base was shatters as it fucking breaks apart and falls into this whirlpool of sand. Worm, this is not canonical. Obviously, there's way less people involved, but Worm pops out of the sand. Do you take over the pilot controls from this guy?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Give me a move check to pilot out of here. Difficulty of, I'm going to say 3.
Okay. And then, so is this a new scene technically? So what is a scene around?
A scene is
Whole thing.
picture like in a movie. A scene is exactly like it is in a movie. If we change locations, if we change scenario, that's a scene. Technically, this is like we've gone like 3 scenes at the place, but like it's all one. Like you've been here for half an hour, maybe. So I'm calling all of this one scene for my purposes. So
Okay.
You don't lose momentum or anything.
Well, so my thought was if I could do the intense study again, but never mind.
Yeah, no way.
So because we have 3 momentum, I'm gonna go ahead and
Buy 2 more dice if you want.
Yeah.
Do it.
Difficulty of 3, move check, and tell me what your drive is.
So my move is 4. I'd say for this it would be duty. So
Yeah,
7.
gotta get everybody out of here.
So that's 11. I got 2 natural 20s. So that's nice.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What else?
Let me roll the other 2. A 3 and a 2. So
Hey!
2 successes. What was your
Oh my God.
you have a focus in piloting? No? You lift
Is there
off.
anyone to assist in this? Or
Yes. No.
Yeah.
I will let
Listen, Susan's
I will
gonna
let-
kill that pilot. He can't fight back if he's dead.
I will let the other pilot roll an assist. If he succeeds, he can help you pilot the thing because he was going to pilot it himself.
I
So
see. I thought it was
move.
to take over control from the other pilot.
He needs to roll a 10. He needs to roll under a 10. He only gets 1 dice to do that. That's how assists work. That goes into your pool.
oh
Oh.
fuck.
Well.
Uh-oh.
Worm pops up out of the sand.
Oh,
You lift off.
still curved in. Damn it.
You get up. It comes up faster. It clips the back of the ornithopter, and you start to go in a fucking spin. Beep 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 beep. Fucking like cabin alarms going off. Red lights. You guys are spinning. Steve hadn't closed the door. When it starts to spin, he fucking flies out the side of the fucking thing and is gone. Everybody, give me a discipline roll to hold on. Actually, no, not the doc, but the other 2. Give me a discipline roll to hold on. Difficulty of 1.
I'm gonna say discipline and power again for using like physical strength.
Very good.
I will also do the same.
I got 2 8s.
Oh, good. Okay.
So
Yeah, you're good.
I got just enough. I got a 16, which was a failure, but a 12, which was a success. So.
Very good. You guys fucking grab hold of the fucking seat backs as the thing starts to spin out over the desert. The worm arcs over you and then splashes back down into the sand, and you guys are careening off over the desert. Give me this isn't in the thing. Just we're gonna do a straight up and down roll. One of you roll a d20 11 or higher, you start twirling towards the rock face where the smugglers were running. Anything else, you are going to crash down into open sand. One of you roll it. I don't care.
Oh,
I just had really bad luck, so
Peter.
All right, here we go. I'll do it. For all the marbles, what am I looking for again?
I'm going to say 1 to 11. Since we're rolling low, 1 to 11, you are going to spin towards the rocks. 12 to 20, you're going to go to the open desert.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Ooh! You guys got 3 crit 20s. You fucking spin.
Thus ends the story.
Smack into the desert. The ornithopter starts to roll across the sand. You've landed in the whirlpool and roll down into the whirlpool, and that was it. That was it.
No.
Fucking the sand starts to collapse in your ornithopter. Sand gushes into the broken windows, and you all sink.
Can I say that Susan calls on her radio as she's going down to her special unit and is like, "We succeeded in the mission, but we have failed in coming home." And then that's her thing.
You're covered in sand, and you get the weirdest feeling. You're like, oh, it's actually way cooler out of the sun. It goes to black.
What the fuck? Also, I want you to know that I rolled a dice just to see what would have happened if I had rolled, and it was a 1. So shouldn't have fucking done it.
I'm so sad that you guys died in a helicopter.
Hey, at least we all went out. This is my first TPK.
I gave you every chance to not die like that. I really
did. You tried your hardest.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Hey, listen. This just means that my steward that I didn't actually make has a chance. Deborah?
And they're getting
Deborah, Arkansas will
Deborah,
make her
Rhode Island.
her debut next time.
I'm sorry your characters are dead, but I hope you had fun.
that was awesome. Yeah.
Honestly, it's
so
more
cool.
fun that they died. That's wild.
I've never killed a player character, and I've been DMing for several years.
And now you killed 3.
Wow. Yeah,
Get
Get a TPK.
that's insane.
Wait, let's give him all the threat and roll it now.
I didn't. I used all the threat to be like, this motherfucker's going to take off.
Right, yeah.
That was what I used all that threat for. Wow.
And so to be
Wow.
clear, we didn't have any determination points, right?
You did well.
What does
You had one
determination do?
each.
No one
Because-
did use determination.
What is determination?
Because I have 0. I wrote 0 on my thing.
Did you use one determination already?
No, I just
You all
wrote,
started with one determination.
we all started with 1. Okay. All right.
You know what?
No.
Yeah,
It's I'm fine with it being too late.
Honestly, it is too late. We fucking died. None of us thought to use our determination. We're dead.
I
Don't
didn't
be a
know
nice.
determination was a thing we could use for
I
something.
didn't either.
Determination, you could have got an automatic 1 on a single dice, or re-roll any dice,
Yeah.
or make a declaration, or take an extra action. Could have saved your lives.
And I was
Right.
only looking at that now. I was like, there's got to be a way.
To win a lot of yes.
Here's my thing. Normally I would be like, okay, no, fucking rewind it. But
No.
I did send these rules earlier today.
I mean, I even have had it on my thing looking at me.
I'm
in the
looking
face.
at it. I keep flipping through,
Yeah.
and I have the PDF, the whole book on my screen too.
Same.
I'm sorry, but you're dead.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right.
That's fine.
You know, here's the thing.
The
If you
cult
want
dies
the
with
other
us.
2 one-shots, this could have chronologically been the last one. and you guys will have known that you're heading for death the entire time. If you want to run the other
Wait, that
two.
makes it better.
We could
That
do
makes
that.
it
We could do that.
better.
I'd be fine with that.
Oh, amazing! I love
Big
that.
fan.
Characters
Fuck,
aren't
guys. What if
done.
you die in the other ones?
Oh.
Oh God.
Well, no, we'll use our determination. We'll use our
Yeah,
determination.
Somehow we'll survive everything.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Truly gave you so many outs. Truly, I was like,
you tried your best.
you spent all your momentum. Radical. Okay, shit, we're doing a luck roll now. Fuck. 3 crit 20s. And
Yeah.
20s are bad.
There's nothing we could have done.
I was excited for
Yeah.
a second. I was like, oh yeah, not. Oh wait, no,
Ah,
no.
goddamn. Truly iconic. Holy shit. I cannot believe that fucking happened.
It's like
I
River
hope
Song and the Doctor
You guys
meeting
had
in the
fun. I hope
library.
everybody watching had fun. I had a fucking blast.
That was a lot of fun.
That was
Good
fantastic.
system, right?
Yeah.
Man, I'm devastated, but not really.
Susan Colorado, she had it coming.
Her name was Susan Colorado.
If this didn't kill her, the copyright would have. So
I've been collecting the Star Trek Adventures books, and it runs on the same system. Obviously, there's a little differences for Star Trek versus Dune.
Mhm.
If you guys like this system, if you're not really into Dune, you think Star Trek would be more of your jam, we can do that. If you want, you guys can have your own starship. Otherwise, Dune, we got 2 other one-shots I'd like to run. You guys can roll new characters, or we can play these same characters in the past if you would like. But fucking Dr. John, Algorithm, and Susan Colorado are destined for a sandy grave.
No matter what.
Susan did radio out though, so at least their mission was fully successful.
You guys got those smugglers on your side and then died in a helicopter. Honestly, it's pretty Dune, to be fair.
yeah,
Truly.
that's true.
Pretty Dune occurrence. It's exactly like what happened to Cool Lady in the 2021.
Yes, that's literally
It's
what I was
the
thinking.
1984 movie Max von Sydow in a crazy, great recasting before their time. But yeah, man, fuck.
That was
so
fun. That was fun. That was wild. That was so
Really
fucked.
fun.
Yeah, that was
Literally.
fantastic.
Take it.
Oh man.
Great job, Nick.
Here's
Great
what would have
job.
happened.
Seriously, great job.
If you had rolled like the luck roll so that you drifted over the rocks, I would have made you roll to see if you like died in a crash.
Mhm.
But you would have had a chance to like be on stable ground and like live, and it would have not been that hard because you had like seatbelts or whatever. But yeah, there was no chance if you were going out over the sand. So thank you for playing Dune with me. I've had a very good time, and I think that it's a good system. It's weird,
Weird,
different.
but good.
I love it. I thought that was great.
so cool.
I felt like we were able to role play and actually, instead of we were able to base what we wanted to do off of things that we said or did, and then roll the die or whatever.
I think that the D&D, like the D20 system, is very good. I think that it incentivizes violence in a way that maybe isn't conducive to like fun interpersonal role play as much. I think that something like this expressly let Dr. John be a doctor and first do no harm, right? And it worked. He did important shit. You know what I'm saying? He flew you out here. He fucked up the piloting role and got you killed, but he fucking did it.
I would argue he did some harm by flying us out here.
He saved somebody's life. He fucking like got you onto the ornithopter at all, right? And he did that without any violence, right? Which is pretty crazy. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Very, very fun.
I'm glad that we did it right. I'm glad that we built your house and did all that stuff. And
Dr. John was too nice to be a part of House de DB.
Let's tinker.
he existed prior to the house.
Yeah.
We built him.
Well,
It's
so-
a forced assignment, and he's just doing his best.
Well,
with all these
exactly.
assholes.
His whole thing was that he wanted to align himself with the house that would be able to best serve his own purpose, which was to get knowledge out there and to help people, no matter the cost. So
And you guys, and House de DB operates a fucking religion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you know, some would call it a religion. Others we might call it a cult, but you know,
Yeah, it's either way.
Same thing, right?
yeah.
Either way.
I'm super into playing the Dark Cardinal that I had originally planned.
Hey, if you want to roll that character for the other one shots, we can totally do that.
Yeah,
Well,
Because, like, here's the
add a
thing.
friendly fire.
The house still exists. Just because 3 fucking scrubs died, you're not scrubs, but you know what I mean. Just because 3 servants of the house died doesn't mean the house goes away.
We're scrubs now that we're dead, huh?
You guys are scrubs because you're dead. You're fucking dead. But
Dead like
if you wanna-
Derek.
you got 2 choices. If we want to keep doing Dune, which I think everybody had a good time, I don't want to put words.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you want to keep playing these other 2 one-shots over time, we can either set them in the past with these characters and know that they're fucking heading for a sandy grave, or roll 3 new characters in the same house, and we can do that.
We find out that Dr. John, Susan, and Al are all like actually best friends, and they just were like really hungover today, and that's why they weren't that like buddy with
You
each
guys
other.
were brutally. You were just in a bad place, wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
Indeed.
What if it was all a dream?
If you guys had just hoofed it for the Ornithopter, if you had just done nothing but moves and like didn't bother to fight the guys, you would have probably had a full round to like get away from the fucking thing, but you cut it really short. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, listen. Hindsight's 2020. Susan wanted to kill some people. Canley, bitch.
It was
Actually,
20.
honestly-
I rolled 2.
consequences.
Honestly, we would have made it probably to the rocks because I had that haste ability. I could have just like ran super fast to get there and then just kept getting like injuries to help.
I'll tell you one thing. The other stream that I watched of this, because like I said, I watched 2 streams of other people running this adventure just to like make sure. One of the guys, there's a thing in the lore of Dune. They have those like personal shields generators,
Mhm.
and if you start one of those up in the desert, it like drives the fucking worms crazy as shit. So like you can't do it. But one guy had a shield, and he was in the Ornithopter, and in that game, the guy set the Ornithopter to self-destruct. And the guy couldn't get out of the Ornithopter, so he turned his shield on. The Ornithopter exploded around him, and he lived because of the shield. But it drove the worm fucking crazy. And, like, multiple worms were showing up, and it was wild. So, like,
What
Holy-
a wild thing that
a lot of
must
shit
have
could
been.
happen, man. I'm telling you. It was good.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, not to talk
Oh,
about someone
man.
else, because we just had a
What if
good
we
one.
had just like laid flat on the ground and we were just like, bloop, no movement?
The whole camp got crumbled to dust and sucked into the fucking ground. You
So
had
same outcome.
Same outcome. But less cool. Like,
Yes, I
look at-
did.
don't move. It can't see if you don't move. It's like it doesn't have eyes. We're dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad you
Oh
had.
man.
So yeah, that has been the show. What do we got in the pipe? We're gonna come back to this obviously probably week after next.
Boost is always gone.
Again, Amber's campaign next week, I think. Potentially Monster of the Week coming down the pipe as well.
Mhm.
Anything I'm missing?
No, because we haven't been able to do Star Wars because it hasn't been available. So.
Yeah, we got to get back to that game. I have gotten so many source books, by the way, for that. game.
You send them to me every day, and I'm like, man, I want all those books.
I have 3 more in the mail. And
Nick, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm buying all the source books.
You
Anyway,
are gonna be crushed under the weight of all of your game books.
I'm building more bookshelves. So that I can have all the books in there. See, you
I'm
collect all
not
the
surprised.
books, I gotta get all the books. Gotta make it happen. Anyway, that's the show. I hope everybody had a great time in the audience. We did as well, getting eaten by worms. Well, eventually, once the worms find them. Yeah, that's Dune, baby. Fear's the mind killer. Make it happen.
All right, y'all. Later.
Bye.
Later.